Back with another episode of Sand and Boot First Podcast. We're going to look at the final Eagles roster for now. We're going to look at the rest of the NFL, where we think all the other divisions are going to shake out, and maybe who our Eagles might be seeing in the Super Bowl. And we're going to find out how you can convince me that the Phillies are still a World Series favorite. Come on back. We're talking birds, talking Phils. Listen to the Eagles, the Sand and Boot First Podcast.
Need a new song.
Boo 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 boo. Boo 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 boo
Listen to none of us.
boo boo.
Actually sounds like me.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of the Sand and Boot First Podcast, coming to you live from the Northeast Pole in beautiful Northeast Philly on this wonderful Thursday evening. Smitty wants a new song. It's
That's
going to be a new season. Next week's the start of a new season.
Says you got a new song for me?
Figure out, we can workshop it. If anybody's got a new song, bring it up. Remember, we talked earlier this week about the whole copyright thing, and you can only play so many seconds. So I have permission to use that song. We'll have to figure out other songs.
Olsen just hit another home run. 4-0.
Over here, we're going to talk birds. We're going to talk Phils. The Phils are getting their asses kicked again right now as we speak, losing to the Braves. It's 4-0 now.
Yes, sir.
But we only have one more week, boys. You can smell it. You can smell the pigskin coming in. One more week until real football. College football starts off tonight. So you could say there's real
Started
football.
last week, dog.
What was there, 2 games last week?
It doesn't matter.
It's in full tonight.
It started, dude.
So we could say football season is here. And we'll talk that before we get started. Let's thank our sponsors, Mamma Mia's Pizzeria. Fine pizzas, cheesesteaks, wings, garlic knots, all your needs. And Mama's Pops McCann's fine whiskeys, bourbons, and whatever else Jay is cooking up. I know he's got a new bottle coming out in honor of Michael Strange, another military bottle. So we'll keep in touch with Jay and see when that's available. Definitely going to get my hands on one of those bottles. Follow Jay on Facebook, Pops McCann's Whiskey. Get yourself a bottle of Pops. Stockyard Sandwich Company down the Spring Garden, across the street from Community College. Sandwiches, wings, chicken tenders, breakfast sandwiches. What else?
I don't think
go
on
through the menu
tenders.
again. I thought we got tenders. We got tenders definitely for a tailgate.
You guys are wasting the time arguing. Who cares? Just keep
Ho
moving.
boys. They got
Oh, boys.
House Scrapple back.
House Scrapple is back.
Delicious stuff.
You're rocking
Go check out
2004 t-shirt.
Stockyard. Pop's ice cream next door to Mama's for you up here in Northeast.
Yeah.
Get yourself a nice Sunday. Why not?
All right. You're going on it.
And thanks again to Granite Insurance, Matt Gorman, proprietor, for having us at the Gorman Pub,
Are
our
we
last
going back?
episode. I think there's an invite to go back. He enjoyed himself.
Maybe we should go back for the Thursday night.
We didn't
Eagles
do
away
anything.
game.
We didn't destroy the place. We didn't.
We started a couple arguments.
We didn't leave a trail of chaos behind
No,
us.
we just left at 2 a.m. You know.
I don't think they.
I left it. When did I leave? I left a little earlier,
We
right?
left about 1:30.
With Sophia.
It was a good night. Thank you to Matt and Aaron for hosting. We enjoyed it.
It was a great time.
Happy to come back again. All right, I'm your host. I'm your bartender for the evening, Jim Marcus. To my left is the one, the only, the nicest hair tonight, I guess we got to say.
Give him a trim.
DJ's not here, so he's got to be the nice. Nah, dude, it's not you.
Dude, come on.
It's got to go to Brody.
Brody looks
Gotta
like
go
a
to
soccer player.
So.
So.
He's got
He does.
he's got a constant like.
Does that not look like a soccer coach? You look like a soccer player, dog.
Slide around a little bit there, kid.
Are you the
People can
kicker?
see you on the camera.
Are you the kicker?
Slide this way.
Come on, bro.
He's got that look like he's constantly walking into the wind.
B-man. Looking good.
To his left, the older statesman, the one and only Donald Kennedy Martin. Good evening, Deke.
What's up, James?
Clapping up for
What
Deke.
the hell's that
All right.
for?
Just need to know for you, buddy.
Clap it up for Deke.
You
Trying to
didn't-
bring you
You
up.
stayed seated.
To his left, the ruthless one, back to doing his real job, the AP, Ryan Smitty.
I'm always working, dude.
Always working. Always on
Happy
the clock.
75th birthday to my
Happy
dad.
75th.
Oh, yeah.
All right, big
To Pop
75.
Hey, Pop Smitty.
Does he go by Smitty or just Smith? Papa Smith?
You call him whatever.
Mr. Smith? I said Mr. Smith.
That's fine.
Being respectful.
Yeah, I've always been respectful. So
Good, good.
You should be too.
All right. I appreciate that. And keeping us live and on the air behind the camera, our guy, Nate, Money Pop Moss. All right, boys. We had the final cut down. I say final because there's still moves made. There were moves made today. Marlon got moved, and they brought in this guy. He said he's a third-round pick out of Alabama.
Yeah, third round
Brian
pick
Young.
Alabama.
So the roster's not finished, but it's set for
Mhm.
now. They'll still make some moves. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring in another running back still.
You
I
can't.
like the guys that got on the practice squad, but you know Howie. He's looking for veterans. He's looking for guys that
Joe
they can bring
White
in.
said Smitty's dad younger than Deke.
SAC. Joe White.
Joe White wants to host us. Does Joe White want to host us?
Yeah, just
Sure, we'll go over.
can we do one from the church?
Doubt it.
We'll be on
Yeah, I
the,
don't know about that. I don't know about that.
the parking lot. Jim will be
We've
carrying
actually done one.
2 liter
We've
bottles.
done one or two from the parking lot. And answered.
We did one. Yeah, we did one at the they did a game there, right? They had the outdoor game.
Yes.
And we did one in the gym, I think, right? 'Cause
Father
it was
Carmine.
too
Were
windy
you
to go.
guys
Yeah.
guys very clean when you were in there?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, we were in the parking lot, not in the church.
But were you still
Yeah.
were you clean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
we
don't
kept
always
it-
exhibit the best
No, we-
behavior on the
kept
show.
it G
We were
rated.
good.
You guys don't. You guys just sometimes you get out of control. I have to settle you down.
You might want
I'm
to
gonna-
reverse that.
I'm gonna give you one of the collar mics, and it's just and ask Nate
the
to leave it
little-
on when
the little-
when the show's over. Just do like Smitty after dark.
Yeah, exactly.
See how it really goes.
That's right. You never know. Can't be as bad as when we had what's his name on Libran after dark. Remember from the
Oh,
studio?
yeah, that was
All right.
that was
All right, so
that
let's
was
get to
brutal.
business with the roster.
Let's get to business.
There wasn't
What's the biggest surprise? 3 running backs is a little surprising. That's why I say I think they're looking for another one. How many made it to the practice squad? 3 or just 2?
the guy from San Fran that you've been talking about.
Yeah,
That's the
didn't
only
he-
one.
Milton didn't make it.
No,
too?
Millen didn't make it. Nope.
Okay. All right. So they're definitely Howie's got his eyes out for
So
running back.
the only thing that maybe, but like, so you're not going to keep Gainwell after this year, right?
I don't think so.
Right. So then I think what this tells me, and maybe I don't know if you guys agree, this tells me that they have a lot more faith in Will Shipley than we probably originally did. When we drafted him, a lot of people were like, oh, but I think they like him in a lot. I think he's going to play too.
I think he's definitely going to play. He's going to get some touches, but let's get into the season first before we go
No, but I'm saying like
making predictions. of
who
who's
are
gonna
you
be here
bringing?
next year.
Kind of, you know what? I didn't mind the fact that they took 3 running backs because I'm wondering for the first time, is Saquon going to be your bell cow?
That's what I was gonna say. Are
Right?
they actually signaling
Are they
that?
actually going to do this?
Yeah,
Right?
they're not going to do what they did, signing him like that and not give him.
But
the
even
ball.
like Miles Sanders, when he
How
had his
many-
big year, he's still split. I think Barkley's the man, and Barkley gets at least 20 touches a
25,
game.
you think 25 touches a game?
Well,
that might be a little much,
I don't know. I mean, he's very good with his.
including
He's
passes.
He's one of those guys that he needs the volume. He's like Derrick
Dude,
Henry.
yeah, but
needs
you
the
might-
volume.
you got to keep an eye on his health. Too.
So let me ask you
Huh?
this: like 20 rushes and 5 like screens or passes.
Yeah.
You think that's too much?
might be a lot. Yeah,
I don't know.
especially if you're going to give the ball to Shipley and Gainwell at all.
Actually, I got to be honest with you. I think Shipley's going to play more than Gainwell.
You might.
Not in the beginning. Maybe when you get to the end of the season, maybe.
You think about who has to see the ball.
AJ
Saquon.
Brown,
Barkley has to
Oh,
see the ball. Brown has
for
to
the whole
see-
offense.
Yes,
Dotson is going to
everybody
get some
on
touches.
that team has to see
Goddard.
the ball. They're all playmakers. All your skill positions are playmakers. You got to get them the ball.
Well,
That means that
Right.
Barkley's. I don't see him getting 25 touches a game, including.
there's going to be some games where he is, but it goes
He
back
might.
to what we've been all talking about is the reason why this Barkley signing is so crucial is he's going to make such a difference overall. Like we talked about it, right? Like once you
Yes.
start feeding Barkley the ball,
Yeah.
right? Then everybody's
It
going to
loosens up the
now
backfield.
you're going to have Hurts running. Then you're going to
Yeah.
open up the passing game. Like
Yeah.
the thing is and Barkley's a very good pass blocker too. He's probably
And
the best pass blocker.
It's
we've
also
had.
going to depend on how the game's going.
Correct.
If they're behind, they're going to have to pass. If they're controlling the game, they're ahead. They're going to run more.
Well,
So-
how did Kellen Moore use the running backs? Didn't he use a lot of passes too? Then I
He
believe
likes
that
he likes to throw out of the backfield. He
right.
does.
So I think Ship,
Well,
but he had
Gainwell
different
doesn't
types of running backs.
But
too.
Gainwell doesn't have the hands. That's why I think Shipley plays.
Well, that's what's funny though. Like that's the reason they kept saying he was here.
No,
But
he
that's
doesn't.
I mean that's why they say
Drops the ball.
Sirianni loved him though. That's why they kept him here.
No, he's a running back, but he drops the ball a ton.
But that was why he was here. He was supposed to be here to
But
be receiving
Shipley-
back.
Shipley at Clemson not only was just a running back, but he could run all different types of routes. I think Shipley, to be honest, I think when they drafted him, I kind of forgot about him because he was like one of the best running backs. And when Clemson was rolling, he played a big role in their offense. Right. And I'm shocked that he lasted to the 5th round, to be honest. Right.
He's the perfect, like if you go back and think of like Lightning and Thunder
Yeah.
when they had Deuce
Yeah.
and Westbrook.
That's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
that's kind of like
I think,
Shipley. He's like the size of Westbrook,
Right.
and he's the shifty
and
guy.
I think he's going to play more than Gainwell. I really do.
By the end of the year, maybe. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
He does. He's got a man crush on him. That's why he's here.
I don't know. We'll see. He better not be texting during the middle of the games.
Receivers. There were some people thought they'd keep 6 receivers. I thought 5 was a stretch, and that's what they kept. 5.
I think that's what we all said.
They
but
needed to have
but
because of Covey. They
I
had to
think-
keep him.
Yeah, they had to keep.
Covey's going to play more than you think in the offense. They're going to use him like they used him at Utah because that's the type of offense that Kellen Moore likes. He's going to use him like a Cole Beasley. Don't be surprised if Covey actually makes a difference in some of these in the offense. I'm not saying like he's going to be amazing, but I think him and Dotson are both going to get targeted.
He's the 4th receiver.
You can use him in a variety of ways, dude. You can line him up even in the backfield. That's what I'm saying. Let's see the creativity. I'm really curious to see what Kellen Moore does.
I think he might be in a play where they like bring him in for a jet sweep or something.
Yeah, jet sweep or something.
But-
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not
but
saying.
if you start doing that too much, you're going to telegraph it, and the defense is going.
Yeah,
to
it's like when Sproles came in, they were like, all right.
So then they start bringing them in and they don't go to him.
Well,
right?
yeah.
It's
you're
like
gonna,
all-
you're going to have to mix it up.
He's
think
going to
Kellen
get more
Moore-
playing time just because of where he is on the roster now. But I don't know that equates to getting more
I mean,
touches.
What do you think Dotson starts out as the undisputed 3?
I think right now he's the 3.
Yeah,
because
they
what
traded for him.
because what I heard is that they also like Devontae Smith in the slot and Johnson can play outside too. Like that's why if you notice about Kellen Moore, if you watch his offense, even in San Diego and Dallas, none of those guys can either play X, Y, or slot. Which you saw when we were training camp, dude. He's got motion all over the place. There's gonna be times where you're gonna be like AJ Brown's in the slot. It's kind of crazy the offense that he runs. It's gonna be like very refreshing to people that it's not a vanilla offense.
I hope he does.
I hear you there too that the motion should work, but
I mean,
the quarterbacks still have their favorites, right? He's still going to be looking at AJ. He's still going to be looking at Devontae. He's still going to be looking at Goddard. So that's why I say the 3rd receiver on this team. If he gets 5 touchdowns,
do you
great.
think they are going to target Goddard as much? Because I feel like every year he's gotten less.
he's not what he. I don't think he ever lived up to his potential.
Yeah, for sure. In their opinion.
Yeah, I give you that.
I don't
but
think after this year that's a
I
tight
keep-
end problem.
I kept wanting them to draft a tight end.
Well, we
and
wanted
they
the
got
kids from Penn
Calcaterra.
State, remember?
Yeah,
I mean, here's the
they-
Giants starting tight end, Theo Johnson.
Yeah. Got Jack Stolback. Speaking of the Giants and tight ends.
That's
so
like- I
that's-
mean, I'm okay with
it's
that.
nice.
He's
He knows his
probably
system.
going
He's
to
here.
be. He's
Going
going to
straight
be.
to the practice squad.
Well, no,
isn't he?
they
Or
said
they
he'll
wanna
probably be elevated by next week for sure.
He goes to the practice squad because of how they had to claim him.
Yeah.
But
But when they elevate him, they're going to have to let somebody go then.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like a pack.
unless there's a guy that can move, most of them have to go.
Or
You have to go through a waiver.
Yeah. or
There's
they
some
put
guys that
somebody
usually put
down
him right
on the
Somebody
there.
like Patrick Johnson, I don't think somebody picks him up, right?
Well, somebody
Or
pick up Stoll
Bradberry.
while he's
Well,
on the practice
Bradberry.
squad.
Or one of these linebackers. If Orion Burke sucks, they're going to drop him, right?
He's a special teams guy.
Right. So,
So
but
they might like him for that.
But isn't Bonus? Yeah, dude, you need to relax with
Dude,
this
he
Devin
sucks.
White. I think you need to
No.
get, dude.
Yeah, there's Devin
I,
White hate.
there's
I
Devin
don't
White
get it
hate,
either. But
right?
Nate, what do you think about Devin White?
I think he thinks that
I
he's
think
all
he
the make.
sucks.
I don't think
He
that.
sucks.
No, I don't. Do you?
Brody thinks he sucks.
Yeah, we don't
He
think.
was one of the-
He's not what he used to be.
Is
He's
he
not-
better than what we've had?
he was like one of the.
He's only
Yeah,
26.
But he's better than what
25.
we've
yeah,
had.
better than what we had, but he was one of the worst.
You know who
players
else
ever.
I think I think that Kobe Dean, if he stays healthy, dude, this might be the year.
I'm have any
I hope so
chance.
because I think this is his last year if he doesn't do it.
When you see
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
they're not living up.
What is the world talking about now, Smitty? About the Eagles and Nolan Smith? And where was I? I was
Uh-huh.
talking about that over a year ago.
Yeah, but he hasn't really. Let's see.
I think Carter's got the longer leash out of all of them. I
Right,
mean,
you think
all
Jordan
these
Davis
guys,
has a short
this
lease?
whole D-line, I think.
they're not performing.
I agree with what he just
Carter
said.
doesn't get any rush. Then
That's a
D-line's
problem.
gonna
Carter's going to get double teamed. The guy that's got to produce is
Milton
Jordan
and
Davis.
Milton Williams.
Is Jordan Davis. If Jordan Davis produces, that's going to free up Carter a little bit because they're going to have to pay attention to him
That's
more.
not what they said, though. I've been saying that for years.
Well, I know, but he's got to.
He's got to get to the
He's got to
quarterback.
produce.
That's not what he is.
He's in there to stop the run.
Yeah, but he's smaller now.
I know.
He's got to play more than 22
It's not great,
snaps a game. So
Yeah, I'm telling you right now.
He's going to have to now.
You don't think
he's got to be in there for 35
you think
plus.
Milton Williams? Yeah, I agree with your
Also gonna
dad. The
play a
Georgia
lot.
guys
Yeah.
have been disappointed
Yeah,
so
so
far.
far.
I
Mhm.
agree.
Yeah.
Other than Carter.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. They haven't lived up to what.
I mean,
All the hype
Smith
was.
didn't really play last year, so he's a to be determined.
He's not going to play this year.
He's gonna play.
I think he's going to have to
Yeah,
play
he's gonna have to play.
unless somebody beats him out.
Right.
Hunt.
Sweats.
I mean, Hunt's the guy that.
I think you could see Nolan Smith play some LB too, because he played at Georgia.
If they're only doing 2 though, that means the linebackers suck really bad too. Then
Yeah. If he ends up there.
He's going to end up.
But I can't wait watching Brazil. Nolan Smith first play. Boom. Jordan Love knocks him right out. I think Smith's gonna play. Do you? He's definitely he's gonna have to.
Yeah, they got to find out about
Because
it.
I don't think Graham has. I don't think you're.
I
Gonna
don't think
see-
Graham has much.
I don't
left.
want to jump to saying he's going to be some 8-sack guy though, with nothing to go off of.
Smith.
Yeah, like I remember a few episodes ago. you
I
said
did
he
say
was gonna
that.
get like 8 to 9 sacks.
He's got to.
He's got to, but is he? We have nothing to go off of.
Well,
He had
I
one
mean-
unblocked sack last year.
I mean, we could say that about
There you
a
go.
lot of
Yeah,
guys.
I've been with Nate the whole time.
That's right.
Yeah, well, Nate's also saying that Reddick's handling the situation the right way, and Reddick's a baby.
Did you see the report today about the
But-
Jets and Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That it's kind of what you
He's
said.
a dick. I've been telling you guys for years. He's a dick, and the Jets are starting to figure it
I
out
never
too.
said he wasn't a dick. He's
He's
just
a
he's
good
just a
player, and
good
you didn't
player.
right, and you didn't.
He's
wanna-
not even a good player anymore.
Okay, but when you used to rip him, dude, he was good.
yeah.
Come on.
He's overrated.
He was not.
You know what I
overrated.
think's kind of funny? I don't understand this whole listen, what Jordan Love did last year against Dallas in the playoffs was great, but Jordan Love had a half of a season, and now we're saying that this guy's a top 5 quarterback in the league. I don't get it.
Didn't he have a good game against Frisco the following week? They should have won that game.
Right, but what I'm saying is, dude, then that goes by the same logic that everybody in the media, not anybody sitting here, is saying about Hurts. Hurts had that huge year, took them to the Super Bowl, and now all of a sudden, if you look at Jordan Love, he's had 8 good games in a row. Second half of the season, that's it.
Yeah, I
Well-
think it comes down to these teams now are afraid that
Well, you
once,
said that.
once a player looks like they
They
got
gotta pay 'em.
something, you got to pay him now. You
Right.
got to pay him now.
Or you're gonna have a problem.
Well, the fact that he had a better second half than first half, that shows you that he progressed throughout the course of the season.
But it's
But it was a half a season.
Yeah,
He got paid for half a season. I mean, you could say the same thing about Hurts. He had a full season.
right.
And he got paid
And
on
he got
that
paid.
one season.
Well, he took him to the Super Bowl. Jordan Love,
Right.
did, right?
Right.
He was 1, 2, 3 plays away, I
Yeah,
guess.
they
Right?
should have won that game.
Well, actually, if you look at it, Detroit, really should have won the Super Bowl. And if
Wow.
Detroit, right,
Mm.
That's their coach.
right,
Good for them.
right, exactly. Surprises
No love lost.
that made it. I didn't think. I'll be honest. I didn't think Booker was going to make it. Booker,
Yeah.
and I did say Patrick Johnson. I did think they were going to carry 60 ends because I think depth is an issue there.
Yeah, I'm looking through the names.
There
And
You,
there's
weren't big on Eli Ricks. We all know that, right?
It's not that I'm not big on him. I just thought the numbers games were against him. I just didn't think.
What is your thoughts on Ricks? Does he play now with Brad? Is he going to get some?
Well, now with
Yeah,
Bradberry, yeah, I think that helps him.
Bradberry's out, and Sidney Brown's not back yet.
but
and
Ringo's going to go
DeJean's
in
still
before
being-
him. Yeah, what's up with him? Think he's going
I
to
don't
be
know
all
if
right?
he's ready. I mean, he's not on pup, so he's able to play. He doesn't have to sit out.
Oh, he didn't look good in the preseason game, right?
Cooper.
Didn't he look good?
Oh,
Or was
yeah.
he all right?
I mean, it was one
He-
game. He's got
he,
it.
he got beat a couple times, but he was able to close. He forced the
Didn't he have a
throw wasn't the
TFL?
best.
Didn't he have a TFL?
He got behind there the line. at
He
one
might
point.
have.
I mean, he's not a guy that I'm expecting to start either. though.
Yeah.
Not yet.
So who's our starting linebacker? Is it White and Dean?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
Right
from
now,
So he beat
right
out
now.
Vaughn.
Yeah.
Dean beat out Vaughn.
Oh, it's White and Dean.
Why, who do you think it is?
I thought it was White and Vaughn.
I think it's White Dean.
They said Dean's been really like.
Oh yeah, he's looked good. in
But
practice.
it scares me because those guys are both small.
Yeah.
They're fast, but they're small. You're hoping that those big boys in the middle are just blocking up the run. You don't have to tackle and run, and those guys can cover the tight ends, which have killed us over the years. I think that's what N'Kobe's good at.
There's a
If he's
position.
good at anything.
There's a position I'm a
coverage.
little worried about, and I don't know. I mean, obviously we talked about edge rusher, but I do think HOF will be okay. I think Sweat, but I like the safety position. I like CJ, but like, dude, I mean, Reed's okay, but I'm not like sold on Reed and CJ as like an elite combo. I'm kind of hoping that
I think CJ's really gonna help the defense.
I do think CJ, but like, I don't know, dude. I'm not a huge Blankenship guy. He's all right. What is your thoughts on Reed?
He's not really.
He's
good.
serviceable.
Yeah, but like, so does
he's
one of
gonna
you-
make a
so
lot
would
of tackles.
Devontae Maddox or McCollum get some
He's-
run
he's-
over him?
No, I don't think McCollum. Maybe let's see how he does. I thought he was another
Maddox?
guy that was on the bubble, but
They really like
McCollum.
McCollum. Where's he from? Is he undrafted?
He was an undrafted from 2 years ago, I think. I think this is his third year with the team.
Really?
Defense is in trouble.
Yeah, that's. I was going to say. So what's the Achilles heel
I
of the
like
team?
their,
Was one of the things.
I
that
like
they
their
asked. It's-
corners. I think Quinyon Mitchell's going to be a freaking stud.
I hope and I think their backfield is going to be improved, especially as the season goes on. Get these guys some playing time.
I mean, CJ
So
Gardner
they
Johnson.
upgraded the talent. I think
CJ Gardner
I
Johnson's
think
going to help.
Rodgers is really going to help.
Right.
I,
I agree with that.
So are they going to play man or are they going to play his own? Because I think if they're playing man and you got all the faith in Q and Slay, then I'm not as worried about
do you trust Fangio? Because if you trust Fangio,
the safety.
do you trust Fangio as a coordinator and as an evaluator of talent? Yes or no?
more than what they had.
Okay,
have
but
to-
if you
yeah.
do, then you have to think to yourselves: there was edge rushers out there. They must believe in
Well,
somebody.
They said he loved Hunt. That was the guy that he wanted. He asked for Hunt.
Okay,
at the
so,
draft.
So Hunt. Okay.
So if you're saying,
do you think? What do you? He like? Wasn't he one of the ones? They signed Huff when Fangio was here.
yeah, he was here,
Mhm.
but I think
and they
you're
brought
going to
back
be in.
Sweat.
Yeah, I like Sweat.
I like Sweat. I think he's the guy that
Yeah,
might end up getting.
He's-
I
he's
think
gotta pick
Sweat's
it up
the
a little
guy
bit.
that might end up getting paid.
He's got to pick it up a little
Right?
bit.
If he has a big year, they're going to bring him back.
He's gonna have 7 sacks at least. I think.
Do you think there's a
7?
possibility
Are we
Sweat?
starting?
And Sweat did it the right
Take,
way.
you taking down these? Are these hot takes or are these just? So am I writing these down?
That's not even a high
Sweat
rate.
7 sacks.
He's got,
You can
He's
write that
gotten
down,
what?
'cause
What
I'm-
did his average in
he got
8?
like 11 and 22, and I think last year he got like 7 or 8.
What did he get his first year?
How many sacks does N'Kobe get from the linebacker spot? Or
Yeah, like
N'Kobe
interceptions?
from-
We'll get like 2. or
Yeah.
3.
Not that many.
I mean, Fangio blitzes the line.
If Dean can stay healthy, dude, I do think he can play.
So you said Sweat 7.
You might,
That-
He's 7.
Has
you
he
might
got
as well
7?
keep me at Nolan.
he'll get
You
9.
can keep me at my Nolan. 'Cause
You said-
I said it.
N'Kobe at what?
Sweat 9.
I didn't say
Or
that.
Devin? Who did you just say?
No, I
Linebacker.
said,
Didn't you?
I said maybe
No.
Dean will get 3 sacks.
All right, you had Nolan at 8.
Yeah, 7.5, 8.
Take
Sweat
it
9.
down 2 of them.
You-
You want Sweat 9 now? You're going up? Man, now we're getting.
I was gonna Sweat.
What about
Yeah, you have.
what we didn't even like talk about? So like, what is your over under for Hurts total touchdowns?
Total touchdown?
Yeah, like you put yours down. Is he getting over 30?
Yeah.
Total, yeah.
I think 30 and a half is a good over
I
under.
think we'll get like
Passing and
To-
rushing.
Total.
Yeah.
That's a problem. If he only gets 30, that's a problem. Passing and rushing?
You said total. I said 30 total. Yes, I'm over. I'm over.
Well, or do you think they're gonna be doing like? I
Well,
think a
all
lot
right.
of
So
rushing
what's your
touchdowns-
numbers with Barkley? Do you agree with me that he could have 1,500 all-purpose yards
Yeah.
altogether?
Provided he plays every game, yes.
You added 100 on it the last time. I
Let's say
thought it was 14, but
All right, well, I'll go
It was
15.
14.
Put 15 down. How many touchdowns? Double digit? 10?
He should get 10.
He should,
But what do we
Should.
agree with?
because he should take the touchdown, the touches inside the 5.
I'll take the 1,400 all-purpose yards.
Okay.
10 touchdowns, huh?
It really
Dude,
depends.
is AJ break his own record? Does he get over 18?
I don't think so.
No,
Is he getting 19?
no,
17?
no.
He can reach.
Nah, I'm giving him 13.
No, dude, I'll take the over on that.
Take
all
it
day
over on
long.
13?
Dude, over.
Yeah,
I would take the over on
And,
that.
and you know what I'm going to tell you, dude?
So
Devontae's
wait,
getting
wait.
1,100 plus.
All right, so take those two. Now tell me where you're going to get 500 plus for Dotson.
We're going to
I
have.
got you.
I still think
You're not
that.
gonna-
I don't know.
Hurts going to have a 5,000 yard season?
I mean, if they're going to the Super Bowl, right? 4,500 total?
He could reach 4.
He could reach 4.
Under 4?
Why have
How
you
about-
towered on
Here we
him?
go. How about
Yeah, that video you showed the other day. That
I think we'll get.
with Dallas with the run, the read.
Oh, well, if somebody was telling me that it was a free rusher, and I said there was no free rusher.
It wasn't a free rusher, but he didn't have
And
as
so you
much.
see Seth Joyner coming at me?
What did he say?
Seth Joyner was coming at me.
No, I didn't see
And
that.
I was just like, bro, don't make me expose you.
Hmm.
Like, come on, Seth.
What did he say? That
Seth-
Hurts
Seth-
didn't have a lot of time.
No, Seth said that.
That's good. Why are you telling him to get on our show?
He made the right call by looking to A.J. Brown, but he didn't throw at A.J. Brown.
He threw to Smith, and it was a little behind him. Right.
So I'm just like, then you made my point right. Then he
That he
didn't
didn't.
read the bleachers.
I know some. Yeah, but if you argue with him, dude, he just goes on and on. Somebody
Yeah.
else.
But I'm just like,
4-3. Phillies making a comeback, boys.
Because you're talking about throwing the AJ, but he didn't throw
He
it.
didn't throw to AJ.
March had it to be wrong.
Brandon
So-
Marsh.
He made
30?
the right call. He just made it too late.
3,700. That's the line I'm setting for. Is there? What is the line for that? Do you know what it is?
The line's up
I
now.
think
It's
Hurts-
3 again. It was 1.5. Now it's up to 3 again on ESPN. What's it
I
everywhere else?
thought
The
it was
Brazil
Green
game.
Bay game?
3 next
Are you-
Friday.
are you talking
It was
about
1.5 2 weeks ago. Now it's 3.
I thought it was 2.5 the other day. It might
It's
be
3
it might-
on ESPN right now.
Three birds?
Yeah.
I'll take three birds.
Why do you
Wow.
really?
I said this how long ago, Smith? We have no pass rush. We have no pass
Wouldn't it be
rush.
funny if we get like 8 sacks in Brazil? Me and you could come here.
That would
It would be
fun.
We
nice.
have no pass rush. I've been telling y'all that forever. We don't. And now I'm talking and worried about the D line.
I'm not worried about
I'm not saying
the
you, but I'm
That's-
saying
I think Huff's going to be decent from the Jets.
If there's a weakness though on this team,
I think it's safety.
you think it's
Safety.
safety?
I'm not a huge Reed guy, dude.
CJ's
He's nobody
I love
special.
CJ,
Yeah, but
but I wanted.
CJ.
I was hoping Cooper would take that by the.
No, not yet.
Or
Not
what about
yet.
Avonte Maddox? He can't play. I'm not a huge Reed guy.
I'm not,
Reed's
not- I'm-
always looking behind. Dude, he's not a good coverage safety.
He can tackle, but he can't cover. I agree with you.
I
He's
mean,
a
the only
great.
thing I will
he's
say
the
about
probably-
Green Bay, who scared you? Christian Watson on Slay? That's it. They don't have a lot of great wide receivers either. They also lost a running back. Everybody heard that, right? A.J. Dillon's done.
Yeah, but AJ Dillon, they got
The year?
they got
Yes.
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs is all right, but Josh Jacobs didn't have a great year, dude.
And
He had
appar-
that great year his rookie year. He was
And
not that
there-
great.
Like the league in Russian 2 years ago.
Yeah, his
years
rookie
ago.
year, right?
No, it wasn't his rookie year. It was 2 years ago.
But didn't he have
He
a
had a
drop
good. He had a
off
good
last
rookie.
year?
He had a good rookie
Didn't he
year.
have a big drop off last
Yeah,
year?
last year was not good, and the run
And he got paid
scheme.
more than Barkley.
The run scheme for Green Bay doesn't fit his
You don't
play
think he
either.
should?
Right, and Green
don't-
Bay, and he's not. That's what I was gonna say. He's not the scheme that Green Bay runs,
Barkley hasn't been anything since his fresh year.
dude.
I like Barkley.
I-
Dude, Nate,
He went from 2000 like all purpose to what? Like,
2 years ago when
900,
the
when he got
Giants made
hurt.
the playoffs, what did he have?
1,000 yards.
No, he had more than that. It was like total.
Total or just?
I don't think he's gone over 15.
Dude, that's the thing that people are missing with Barkley.
But he's been behind the worst offensive line for
Right.
years.
And he,
Right,
and
but-
he missed what 3 or 4 games every year.
Barkley, but I'm saying if you look at the numbers, Jacobs has better numbers. That's all.
Eh.
Is he the better
I-
talent? No.
Dude, Barkley had 1,300 yards rushing 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yeah, 13-12 rushing.
Who led the league in rushing?
Well, I don't know how many. I
that
don't
was
know how
Jacobs
many.
2 years ago. He
But-
got the rushing title.
But how many all-purpose yards did Barkley have? That's what I'm wondering. Because that's
I don't
Barkley's
think he's broke 1,500 more than his rookie year and maybe that year.
See, this only shows. Oh, wait. Receiving. Yeah, dude. 2022, he had right around where we had it, 1338. Last year, he had over 1,000. He had 1,100 all-purpose yards with the Giants and Daniel Jones.
Yeah, but I think if you look at Jacobs, he's probably been over 13.
Every year?
Not every year, but most.
His is mostly-
I don't love him with Green Bay.
I
I'll say
I
that.
think they only fit that. Were they one of the teams that went after Barkley?
I
Green
don't think
Bay?
so. I don't think so.
Well, he said 4 teams, and the only ones
I
we
don't
know are
remember
the
hearing him saying
Texans.
with that.
Jacobs had 1,000.
65. Dude, Jacobs had one really good year. 22, he read 1,600. 23, yeah, 1 year. All right, in 21, 872 yards. In 23, 805 yards.
So we're talking total yards. Is that total yards? Is that
Dude,
just rushing?
he doesn't catch the ball much.
He had 2,000 total yards in 22.
Yeah, 22, he had 2,053. And I guess that was what, with Carr? Were they still when they were a playoff team? Or was that Devontae Adams?
Adams is there.
But
Was,
that was Adams 2 years ago, right?
It's like Carroll or somebody back then.
No,
No, I think that was Carr 2 years ago.
2 years ago, because Carr only
Oh,
played
probably
last year.
2 years. I'm
Yeah.
talking about last year.
Last year was O'Connell
I don't know.
and Aiden O'Connell
Who's
and
their quarterback
Garoppolo.
now? Is their quarterback Minshew?
Minshew got named quarterback. Yeah. We'll get into the rest of the league. I want to talk about some of that stuff too.
What did you?
Who-
Who are your 3 players that are going to break out for the Eagles?
Good breakouts.
Well, okay, I agree with that. Devontae,
Good question.
No.
Milton Williams, and I think
Quinyon
Quinyon
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Yeah.
I think Quinyon Mitchell has the opportunity to be like as good of a corner
Is he
as
starting
Sauce.
at the slot?
Yeah,
Is he starting at the slot?
yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like Mitchell. I mean, I'd rather him be outside.
And put Rodgers in the slot like he played in Indy.
Maddox at the slot.
You're sitting Rodgers,
I'm not
dude. Why is there Maddox? I don't think Maddox that good.
I don't think
Yeah,
he's, gonna-
Maddox-
he's great at the nickel. That's where he excels. But,
But wasn't Rodgers? Wasn't Rodgers the
Well, yeah, that's the problem. He can't stay on the field.
Yeah, and then you put him at
wasn't
safety.
wasn't Rodgers a
Like,
slot?
now he's a hitter.
I think he
Like,
moved
I don't
around.
get that move.
I think he was mainly in the slot, but he could play.
You took
I'm gonna-
Mitchell early for a reason. Why would you put him outside?
Yeah, you keep him in his natural spot.
Yeah, put him in his natural spot. I don't get that.
I thought Ringo.
I'm going to go with Huff as a breakout player. I'm going to give. He's not going to be just a 2-down guy. They're going to
So
give
how
him
many
time.
sacks? 10 plus.
I mean,
If he's going to be a breakout, you got to have.
I'm trying to think. I'm going higher.
Are you going to go 15?
No,
Big
no, I'm
Reddit?
not going 15. I'm not going
don't put him
15.
on this defense.
I was thinking 12, but I don't even think I'm comfortable going.
He
12.
said
Give me
nobody.
the 10
Wait,
plus.
you said nobody on this defense gets
Sweat's
10
gonna get it.
sacks. I think Jalen Carter could get 10.
Yo,
Nah.
what did I tell you? You double team Carter.
Yeah,
What are you
yeah.
talking- you
Dude,
double-team
yeah, but
this-
Carter got double team last year, and he
And
still
that's why
bust
State
people
Davis
off.
has to have it here.
Not in the beginning.
I don't want those guys to get a lot of sacks though in the middle.
Dude,
of the line.
Carter, that's what he did at
They're
Georgia.
gonna have
If
to
he
move
can
Carter
get-
around.
If Carter can get
Carter might
7,
play some end, dude.
He's going to have to.
Yeah,
I'd be all right with that.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
If he
Carter
can get
gets
7, I'd be
Wow.
very happy. If he
A
got 7.
340-pound end.
Carter?
Carter's not 340.
Carter's not 340.
No,
That you're thinking about.
He
Dude,
trimmed that.
what's Davis?
He's over 3, but he's not 340.
Carter's not over 3.
Yeah,
I thought he
is.
was like 280.
No,
No, he's 3.
he's a defensive tackle.
He's 3, dude.
He's.
He's not
Bro,
340.
he's solid. Though.
Yeah.
He's like a-
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a big fat
I don't
clobber.
think- dude, I don't-
Defensive tackles are 300
Yeah, but
plus,
he's
dude.
he's more of like a hybrid.
Carter's 313.
313 right now.
That's his listed
That's
weight.
that's
Yeah,
like
according
Geek
to
being
Google.
5'8", right?
What when he's
That
five,
means he's really 325.
he's 5'4". Deke.
Yeah, I don't really
I'm-
trust
Deke,
him.
who are your breakout players?
I see.
Are you on the Barkley train
Braden, man.
or
That
Dotson?
would-
Do you like
that wouldn't be-
Dotson?
It wouldn't be a breakout year for Barkley because he's already done it.
If he gets 15,
If he gets 1,600 total, that's
That's a
a
breakout.
All
yeah.
right, yeah.
If he gets
All right,
13,
who's your-
that's what
who's
I'm
your
expecting.
breakout?
I kind of like what you were saying.
what we agreed,
Yeah,
dude. It must be a good night.
yeah. Because you know, I mean, the wide receivers already have had their great years.
Well, I did say Devontae was
you
my
would
breakout.
like to see it from Goddard. You would like to see a breakout year from Goddard, but
Mm.
he's what 6 years in now. 7 years in.
Yeah,
And we
Just
haven't
roll
seen
with
it yet.
Calcaterra.
I would just draft him.
I thought they were going to draft somebody last year.
They could have drafted the dude from freaking Georgia.
Bowers.
No, Washington. He wasn't there.
Yeah,
Bowers.
they had a chance to get Bowers.
No, Bowers went
Brock?
before.
Didn't they? No. When did
You talking about when we got Smith?
No, Bowers went
He
in
went
the
like top-
dude.
he went like
Bowers
top
went
15.
12, dude.
Yeah, he went top 15.
Come on, Jim.
We would have to trade up.
And he talks
Raiders
about me
suck.
not doing
That's
my
right, he went to the
research,
Raiders.
dog.
No, they
I
could've
was
got
thinking he
Lamar
was later.
The year that they took Smith.
Yeah, but Devontae's.
Devontae.
Oh, you talking about Nolan?
No. They took
Yeah,
Smith.
but they just
Yeah,
gave
but that
Goddard
was-
that contract. They weren't going to do that, right?
I'm just saying they could have took Laporta. That's who was there. He was there.
I kind of was hoping that they were going to trade. Well, I was kind of hoping that the tight end from Dallas wasn't going to get traded, and we could have picked him up. I thought Hendershot would have been perfect.
Oh, the guy.
tight end.
Where did he get traded to? I just.
Was it? No, was it. No, not San Fran. I forget. Detroit. No.
No. I remember hearing it in the week.
So your
Who you got?
breakouts are
Colorado.
Devontae.
Halftime over for the Colorado game.
Devontae, dude.
What
I
is it?
feel like. Do you think it's?
Over Brown?
It's 24 right
24.
Well,
How much time
Brown's
is
already broke out.
Yeah.
now. 15 minutes.
Oh, what? Do you think?
That's better.
I think Smith had his breakout year last year.
He only went 1,000. You don't think
He was
11? Yeah, he was 1,000, right?
he was a little
I
more.
think he was 12.
yeah.
right?
Smitty was 1,200
Yeah, I
I
last
thought
year.
that those guys were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
11 and- 11 and
You're right.
change.
Then that's not really scratch. Then who's your breakouts?
How about touchdowns? What if Smitty were to get like 11 touchdowns?
What did he get last year? 9?
Was it that high? I didn't think it was that high.
The
If
thing
he
is,
gets 11. That's
is
that's nice.
like, dude, I'm like trying to figure out when they get in the red zone, are they still going to QB sneak or are they going to give it to Barkley?
Give it to Barkley. That's what he's there for.
But do you think that's what they're going to do? Because I don't. I think they're going to run this push.
mm,
Oh, your boy, pretty Ricky.
yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, I can still see them running it.
They're going to run the tush push.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think they're going to run it, but when you say in the red
Wait, do
zone,
you think they're going to run the tush push?
In certain situations.
yeah.
You don't think as much as last year?
I hope
You
they
say
don't have to
goal-
run
you
it
said
like
red
last year.
You said red zone.
Right, but I'm
Well,
saying,
that-
Goal line, yes. But I would goal line.
If you're at, like, the
We-
3-yard
Barkley's
line,
going to get it goal line
I-
too.
You guys all thought I was
Inside the
crazy,
5,
but
Barkley's gonna get
I
it.
would do the tush push with Barkley. Line him up like the Wildcat.
oh, Phillies, man, could be tying it, and we're watching this
Hold
crap.
Jalen out.
We're
Money.
watching
There's money on the line.
4-3, and then they got a double, one out in the 7th. I swear to no, it's 4-3 Braves, but the Phillies have some man on second, one out.
Oh, I'm sorry. You want me to put the
No, I don't care, dude. We're doing a shit.
He's being professional
Yeah,
here.
his
He
focus
needs to
is
stay,
supposed to be
stay
here.
focused
I'll
here.
turn shit in.
All right. Any more rosters? What else? I think we've all agreed that the weakness is somewhere on the defense. What do you think? It's the safety, the line.
Yeah, the line.
Now, linebackers are a weakness, but they're not the biggest weakness.
I like
I think.
Zach Ball.
But they're
You think Zach
they're an
Bond's a
upgrade.
start? You think Bond's going to start over?
Has
Jacoby
Dean
and Dean?
started in any practices? Vaughn is like the starter in every practice.
Well, here
I
he's
don't
listed
know.
second.
When we were there,
Dude,
Jacoby was
Dean-
running with the
dude,
first.
You're like,
They rotate in.
do you have issues with Dean too?
No, I like Dean. I just think White sucks.
Well, how about
Dude.
this? Is Trotter going to steal either of their jobs by the end of the season?
6.
Dude,
White
I'll be honest. You want a prediction that White gets a mid-year extension?
He gets a mid-year.
Mid-year?
max. That's-
Yes.
Mid-year
Man, this kid-
honestly.
His birthday's coming up. I
He's-
might get him a Devin White.
but
He's
yeah.
only 26,
jersey.
and they like to pay guys. If he has a good year, they're going to pay him, right?
Smitty, you see the video we sent?
Yeah, he's a guy they just brought in. He's not one of their guys.
Well, he
if it's
basically
one of their guys, I can
he
see them
kind of
paying.
hinted at that. Up 5-4. Castellanos bomb.
Let's go,
Oh,
Nicky.
no, get out of here, Jim. 417
my guy.
feet to center.
That's my
Come
guy.
on, Jim. Come on, Jim. The Brave Killer. Oh,
go.
man,
Let's
can we
keep
see
it
a
up.
replay?
Let's
No,
keep
I'm
it
just
up,
kidding.
Nicky.
No, it's up to the bullpen now.
What are we in? 7th?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nicky, baby.
All right. At a boy.
With 2 outs.
Why do I keep doing that?
That was huge.
Yeah.
I've been a Knicks fan. I love it.
I love
That's
Nick.
why
Day one.
Nate,
I'm
Nate,
day
do you
one.
realize how much they rip me?
I love it.
Day one,
He-
Nate.
Day 1,000 maybe.
He's like, I'm just trying to swing it to hit the ball.
Yeah. I'm just
do
I'm
you
just a
ever-
dumb I'm just a dumb jock.
Jim's been on him. Does he realize that he's so hot that he's going to end up passing Harper in RBI?
So hot.
Nick is just a dude, bro.
I like how you said that, Smitty. He's so hot.
He is hot right now.
He's
His
so hot.
bat's
He's
hot.
so hot.
Remember, your sister hates him too, right?
You misconstrue it. It's not hate.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just
no. Dude,
indifference.
can you back me up a little bit? He does not like Nick Castellanos. Come on.
Not even.
Not as a
Thank
not
you.
as a baseball player.
No. Hell no.
Just
He's gonna end up being their second best player when he's hitting 170 in April. Look at the turnaround, dude.
not hitting better than Rojas right now.
Yes, he is. Dude, this
He's
one.
hitting more home runs.
He's at three.
He's
at
Rojas has been more consistent since
he's
the
over 300
All-Star
last-
break.
Last month.
Yeah, Nick's on.
Oh yeah, he's over 300.
Nick's
Yeah.
way over 300, but Jim said that's not a stat that we should share. yeah, right.
Yeah, because nobody else is figuring it out.
Right, dude. Yeah, what would happen if Castellanos Game 6 World Series hits a bomb walk off?
I'll give him his flowers.
Were you wear,
I'll give him his
will you
flowers.
wear a
I'll wear
Castellanos
your-
player T-shirt.
I'll wear your Castellanos basketball jersey to a game with short shorts.
Which
Jorts.
the
Oh.
old school ball hoggers.
So you're
Uh-huh.
going. You're going with your breakouts are. We're still on this. You want to go
Well,
with
I want
Braden Man?
to see Mitchell have a good year.
Yeah. I think he's key. If Mitchell has a good year, then I think you probably don't bring Rogers back at that money.
Well, it depends
Well,
on what
you
Rogers
let
does.
Slay walk at that point. Move Rogers
so
Then
around.
what, about, then what do you do?
Slay's not
Trade Ringo eventually?
Slay-
Don't they think Ringo could beat outside?
I think they like Ringo.
Or does
Well,
Rick
look.
slide into the slot?
I don't see Slay coming back after this year.
You said
He's
that
what,
last year.
32?
And he didn't.
Yes,
play.
he
Slay?
did. He played in
Slay.
16 games.
I don't know if
He's-
he's.
played
I don't know if he's
31,
30.
32.
He's-
Dude,
I don't know if
he
he's
just
that
said that
old.
Ricks didn't play a lot last year. Yes, he did.
He played more than Ringo did last year, right?
Yeah.
I don't because Ringo was hurt a
He's
little
like
bit,
the
but
seventh.
he's
He was not their seventh corner. I think he's ahead
So
of
you think
Cooper.
He plays more than all of these guys.
I think he's ahead of Cooper. Don't you?
yeah for now. For now,
I don't
he
know
is.
if Cooper dresses in Brazil.
he just came
Yeah,
back.
you might be
Yeah,
right.
you
You might be
He
right.
just came back. He didn't look the best on Saturday.
Look, if next season, if these guys work out, if next season you're telling me we got Rogers, Q, and Ringo,
And Ricks. That's why I don't think they cut
I'm
Ricks.
good with that.
He's what, 23?
Yeah, I hear you.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I like Rick. So I'm just
Unless we end up trading for Jamar Chase.
I want to. I know it might be crazy, but I want to see Carter have a breakout year, or not Carter.
Dude,
Davis have a
there
breakout year.
you guys keep talking about Parsons coming. I think it's hilarious. He ain't coming.
Nate guaranteed that Parsons is coming.
No, Nate said he's not coming.
Pretty sure I got that on tape somewhere.
And one more. Got to get somebody on offense. Let's go with Goddard. I want to see
Oh.
Goddard.
I was hoping maybe you were going to say Shipley.
Well, he's a rookie, and I don't
But
think
he's
he's going to get enough time to have a breakout year.
How about one of the
that's
linemen?
the-
How about Becton? Becton just being stand up and Hurts doesn't get touched all season.
That'd be nice.
Dude,
Like Lane Johnson doesn't give up a sack.
because they have.
dude,
Yeah, I
that's
don't
a
know.
good. That's actually a good. Yeah, he is. He's the starting guard. Becton's starting.
Oh yeah, they do. have those
I mean, if
15.
you
I
could
take
get
that back.
something
Becton might
at the
get,
guard
Becton
to-
might get a mid-year extension,
Yeah.
right? If they like
Well,
him.
Yeah, they do have them starting.
first round pick,
Do you- what do you guys think about Becton?
Big
like him.
mofo.
He's a
I like the idea of him.
Big move.
I like the idea of him, right?
The great
If
thing is Carter's been throwing him around. That's the crazy
Well,
part.
hard, dude. That's like,
did you see the video where Hunt was talking to his mom
yeah.
and he talked about Jordan Mailata?
And how
He's
he
like a
stood him
man.
up.
He's like a man among men. Like he just tossed me.
Hopefully, he starts doing it. There's who you want. You want an offensive lineman?
Mailata. Yeah, he had a down season.
He's
last
got to
season.
have the breakout
He's
year.
like one of the best graded linemen in the league.
Not. It wasn't the year
No.
before.
No,
he-
he was up there. You're right, bro.
His first couple years, he played really well,
You talking about like
considering
Last
He was like the
Considering
highest paid left tackle or something.
where he came
I
from and how
remember-
much experience he had and how young he was. But after the second year, he's kind of taken a step back here and there.
I remember last year there being games like, what's he doing? He
Yeah.
looks lost out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was.
Yeah.
By the end of the season,
He was like top 5.
Yeah.
who your boy Pretty Ricky say that?
No, like graded. Like,
Yeah, like just like
PFF.
PFF.
he was like top 5 out of all line.
Well, PFF
I mean,
had
but then-
Devin White, the best linebacker in the
No, he
offseason.
was the worst.
Dude, what do you think's gonna end up happening with Reddick? Is he just gonna sit out to week 10 with the Jets
I think so, yeah.
and then come back here?
I pray. If he comes back here, I'm putting mortgages on the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. I think-
Whoa,
But if
whoa!
he came back, wait,
So
if he came back here, he would have to take less money and show
For 1
remorse-
year?
and show remorse.
I don't think
No.
so.
No.
They're not going to give
He
him
comes back
30
on
million
his-
a
on his-
year.
No, he comes back on his old number.
He can't come back on his old number.
Why
He's
not?
going to come back in 3 years, 39 million.
No, for this year. He's still under
The
contract. for
Jets
1
are
year.
not giving him back. You're going to have to wait till he's a free agent,
Yeah, but
right? The Jets are
you
not
put
going to be
the
like,
hypothetical out if he came back.
yeah, next year, Deke.
So-
I
Oh,
said,
I thought you meant this year.
should I go down to the link and get the $40 jerseys? What I'm asking. You can get his jersey for $40 right now.
No.
Should I go do it? No,
no.
No.
not worth it.
I don't believe that it's going to happen.
No,
It's kind of like the thought of you guys think Ben Simmons has come back to the Sixers.
Who said that? I never said
I-
that.
Donald,
I do not want him back.
Donald did.
Yeah, fine. I want nothing to
No,
do with
but
him.
he's convinced that if he gets released as a buyout, Nate said he would take him back too.
Who, Ben?
Yeah,
What?
Nick,
No. No, let's not go there.
It's not even anywhere near basketball season.
No, no, no,
see, I told
No.
you.
nope.
No, stay home and play video games.
Not with a 10-foot pole.
Unless he wins us the championship.
He's not going to be the
doing
reason why they
that
win it.
either.
All right.
All right, you want to look around the rest of the NFL? Do our quick rankings. See who's going to finish where?
Oh, we're doing the divisions.
Yeah, we'll save our official Eagles prediction till next week.
Yeah,
Oh.
We can go around the rest of the NFL. Unless you want to save the rest of the NFL till next week and talk Phillies now.
I mean,
Your voice, man.
You want to talk Phillies?
dude,
Keep bringing that video on.
dude, he keeps on like, dude,
What video is it?
He-
I missed it.
Devin White.
Devin
he
White
asked-
missed
I
that
think
tackle.
Devin White didn't play that hard last year because he didn't want to get hurt.
Oh, come on. That's your excuse. He didn't want to get hurt.
He basically
That's-
said that.
That's- I don't know. I
He
can't say.
he knew the Bucks weren't going to pay him, and he's like, well, I'm not going to give maximum effort. That's
He
why,
wants to show all the
Maximum
jams
effort.
out there that he can't tackle. That was his plan.
Ooh, God.
dude, you really think he's going to be that bad?
Yes.
They gave him. I don't think he's going to. Do you think he's going to be that bad?
I don't think he's going to be that bad.
Well,
I don't.
If
do
you
you
look
think
at-
he's going to be
No.
bad?
If you look at the linebackers this team has had the
yeah,
last 2
he's
years,
better than what we have.
right? So
So then, how can you say anything
He's
about
not
him?
good.
You by mid-year, you'll have a Devin White jersey.
By mid-year, Trotter will be starting.
Yeah, probably if because
because
Dean got hurt. Dean's not talent. He can't stay healthy. He's made of glass. He's like Avante Maddox. Maddox will be hurt the first game. He'll tear his shoulder, running out of bounds.
on the sideline.
That's what he does every game. Am I right? Maddox is down.
He does get hurt a lot.
He's like Jason Peters. Remember how Peters
Yeah, but
used to go down?
Peters
every
would come
game?
back in though.
And then he would tap back
He
out.
hasn't officially retired yet, right?
Yeah, he's coming back to the
I don't think he has.
dude.
Move him to guard on the Eagles.
No,
No.
dude. We brought him back that one year. Remember, and he sucked.
He's
He's not.
stopped every year since then.
He's like delaying his Hall of Fame case.
Yeah.
He is.
Pretty
he's,
bad.
He's
Yeah.
he's
Tarnishing his
he's
legacy.
not-
he's tarnishing his.
Is
Hall
that
of
why
Fame
you think
legacy.
Kelsey got out because he wanted to get out at the top of his game because nobody wanted to see him like losing? Or do you think he's like
Eh,
the
He could've played
podcast?
another year.
Yeah, he probably could have gone.
He
another
had another 2 to 3 years left in
Yeah.
him at a pretty decent level.
So what do you think if one of their centers like got really hurt? You think he?
No,
Yeah, I don't
Right,
think he
no.
would either because DJ.
I think if Lurie came to him begging him to come
Yeah, he's
back,
like, we need you.
with a blank check.
and Lane and Jordan were like, dude, we need you. We need one more year. I think he'd go to Kylie and say, look, hon, I know the kids are getting older, but they're not that age yet. Can I get one more year? Just one more year. And she'd say, yes. If you get hurt, your ass is out of here.
Oh, I don't.
she
Think
runs the show.
I don't think she's saying your ass is out of here. She's
no.
clocking off his money, dog.
It's just as easy to say your ass is out of here then, right?
I mean,
You're walking away with it.
What's the
Half the month.
prenup?
You're walking away with it. There's probably because dude, he was not expected to be
No, he's
who
a
he is.
6th round draft.
Yeah, he just there
Out
were
of
years
Cincinnati.
there were years where we were saying this guy's too small.
Yeah.
He's
Not
not
me.
a real
I've been
center.
projecting him to be a Hall of Famer since he
Sure
was
you have.
drafted.
Sure you have.
I have the video.
There's guys on this team. This
First of all, you know when
This is
they
how-
drafted him, they spelled his name wrong on Twitter.
yeah,
Ha!
with the S, right?
Yeah, right.
Wow.
And this is how fickle
See,
we
I'm
are as a
giving you
fan
some
base,
knowledge.
right? We wanted Kelsey gone. We wanted Brandon gone.
Yeah,
Well, we all
I-
did. Well, I'll be guilty. I
How
thought-
many backup quarterbacks did we think were better than the starting quarterbacks that we wanted? AJ Feely,
Mike McMahon,
Mike McMahon. It's
the Detmer brothers.
they weren't half bad.
Yeah, they were okay.
I mean, and Ty was the starter. It was Coy who
Yeah, that's
came
right,
in
he
as
was-
the backup
he was
and
starter
took over for a
while.
bit.
Yeah.
Who else?
Bubby
Who-
Brister. Although he did start too, didn't he? For a while.
was Bubby brought in as a starter? Can't recall.
Yeah, I can't recall either.
But anyhow, good luck to Jason. Right? They just signed a big deal with Amazon.
Yep.
Nate's working on our big deal with Amazon.
Trying.
All right, we'll be there soon.
Are we asking for
Numbers have been up.
We're
Numbers
just
have been
asking for $100.
up.
We ain't even asking
No,
for
no,
100 bills.
Don't be putting our number out there yet.
Oh, all right, 1,000.
That's not good
Hey, Nate,
negotiations.
show them the latest numbers, man. Don't jump on that.
All right. Do you want to save the whole league till next week then?
I feel
Is
like
that
we
what
should
you're
wait
saying?
for DJ. don't
Do it
you?
when the Don's here.
Yeah, let's wait for
'Cause
you.
I don't want him to
wanted
be
talk
upset.
some college football. But he's not here to talk college
Oh,
football.
we could talk
right.
college
We
football.
could talk college football. What are you going to talk about?
Oh, whatever you want.
Who's the-
I know you
I-
think
I
Penn
don't.
State's
I don't
not.
follow it enough.
I know you think Penn State's going to suck.
They're going to suck.
No, I think you think that they're not going to be as. that
they're
good.
not going to suck.
No, I think you think they're not going to be that good.
No, I didn't say that.
Well,
I just
do
they're
they make the playoff?
they should.
Good.
Will
Well,
I be
expanded to
impressed by them
12.
making the playoff?
You wouldn't be impressed if they finish like
They're
as the
8th.
7th best team in the country.
They're 8 right now, right?
Right, they finished
started
top
as
5. Would you be impressed?
If they finish top 5, yes.
They would have to be.
Yeah, why wouldn't you be impressed?
Well,
if they
because
finished
they
top
were a
five?
couple of years ago and they didn't make the playoffs, and you guys all said it was a shit season.
No.
Bullshit.
I agree they got robbed.
No, I'm not
The year
talking
they
about
won
that.
the
They
Big
finished in
Ten.
the top 5 a couple of years ago, and they freaking won the Rose Bowl, or they won the Fiesta Bowl, whatever it was.
Was that undefeated?
No,
No.
they were not undefeated.
They haven't been undefeated since 97.
94.
I was going to say 95. That year they
The
won.
year they got
94 was the
screwed.
road.
Yeah.
They didn't even get a chance against
Yeah.
Nebraska. They rolled freaking Oregon in the Rose Bowl, and they
thought
still
they-
gave it.
I
That's
thought
when
they
they
had
started.
one more undefeated season after that.
No, they were finished
Oh, we were
11
there.
and 1
My
one
bad.
year, which was under Franklin, but that's not good enough for Penn State fans either. 11 and 1 is pretty good if you ask me. 10 and 2 is pretty good if you ask me.
Where'd they finish?
11 and 1
Yeah.
year. I think they were 6 or 5.
No playoff.
Right.
Playoff doesn't impress me unless it's like a top.
Does playoff impress you if they win a playoff game? Because they don't win it all, but they win they win the first game.
Again, it depends on.
Dude, let's say they're 8-9, they beat Georgia, and they go to the semi or quarters and they lose.
How good is Georgia?
I just told you they're the 8th team in the country. Penn State's not.
Oh, I thought you said. All right.
I don't think.
If they go 12,
The problem is I agree. Listen, I have the high expectations that every other Penn State fan. They should be a national champ.
They should.
But I also realize, like, reading into this day and age with this NIL, like Singleton had an interview and he's like, dude, like, some of these colleges are just throwing exorbitant money that Penn State is not caught up yet in the NIL, which is not, I don't think that's a Franklin problem. I think that's a university problem.
It's a
Right.
university
Singleton
problem.
literally had an interview where said, I was loyal to Penn State, but there were teams that were ready to give me a bag. So what are you supposed to do? Like, that's the part that I think we don't look at. You see these kids get recruited, and then it's like another team, they have a good year, and another team throws all this money at them. What are you supposed to do?
So who's it throwing the money at them?
It
Boosters?
depends who it is.
Penn State doesn't have money to throw.
They don't
kids?
have the NIL money that some of these other schools do.
Why
Well,
not?
why?
Why not?
Why not?
I can't answer that.
They
Is
should.
it because there's no faith in the program?
I don't think no, because Harrington's back in the NIL. I just
Now
think they
he
don't
is.
have the money that like a Texas does, who has their own TV network. How are you supposed to compete with that?
I mean, you could say the Big Ten network was Penn State's until they started to suck.
No, it wasn't. The Big Ten network was more freaking Ohio State, Michigan. But Texas has their own network, dude. Texas can pay whoever. Like, if you're a kid, like, let's say you're Deke, you go to Penn State for a great year, you have a great season, and then somebody even throws money that might not be as good at you, but they're throwing $5 million at you. What are you going to do? As a kid, you're taking the money. I agree with Nate. There's got to be a salary cap.
Yeah, I think
It's out of
gonna get out of
control.
yeah,
It's
gonna
already
get
out of control.
Mhm.
How about the guy that left Alabama, went to Iowa, his hometown, got NIL, and then went back to Alabama? It's out of control.
Yeah. But
And Penn State
everybody,
does have a top
everybody
recruiting
can play
class.
within those same rules, and James Franklin is the greatest recruiter ever.
I
is what
mean,
we've been
he
told.
does a pretty damn good job in recruiting that people don't give him credit for. I think right now they have the number one class
So,
for next year.
If
But keeping these guys is
I was
hard
gonna
when
say,
you're
how-
throwing
how
back.
good is he at keeping them?
Well, it's the money, which is you can't pay everybody.
it's the money, and it's not going to bowl games.
Well, they go to bowl games. The Rose Bowl.
Ah,
Well, not
The,
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 big
the
ones.
Tostitos Bowl and
Dude, they've been to
Chick-fil-A Bowl.
BCS bowls, which are a big deal. The Rose Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl. Those aren't small bowls.
they're not the big ones.
But if some of these kids are leaving and not going to a playoff team, they're leaving for the money.
The Rose Bowl is still a big deal.
Right. The
It's
Orange
the
Bowl.
granddaddy of them all. Come on, Jim.
But like, what are you supposed to do, Jim? Let's be honest, you're a great player at Penn State, and even a team like West Virginia, who's not that good, is going to pay you $2 million more. What are you doing?
Depends on when they're going to be at West Virginia. If you're staying in
These
the big
kids
time,
don't care. They care about the money. Would you
Well,
agree, Deke?
maybe they do.
An 18,
But
19-year-old kid cares
I do.
about the money. And a lot
all
of
right,
it's just
well,
false
maybe they need to have.
promises.
Well, that's like, all right. I go to West Virginia. The team blows. I got $2 million in my pocket, but I'm getting no exposure.
You are
if
getting
you're-
exposure because they're
but not
telling
as
you they're
much.
connecting you to a car dealership. You're getting a free
No,
car.
you're missing me.
No.
Exposure for the
Football.
NFL
Football
to
exposure.
continue your career, right? That $5 million is great right now, but if you go to a big time program,
But
we're
kids
like,
aren't thinking
you're going
like
to be.
that. They came
That's
from
what they
the
need
hood.
to have. Well, they need
They
to
need to be
have the
educated.
advisors, and that's what the colleges need.
And
to
I
do.
also think that a salary cap has to happen.
There probably at some point there needs to be a cap on it because it's.
I
gonna,
mean, you got a
going to
team
continue
like,
to be out of
and
control.
I'm not even trying to
Yeah.
throw any punches. You got a team like Notre Dame who doesn't pay any revenue, has money out the ass, and they're just paying guys. You have how are you supposed to compete with Oregon when they literally have the CEO of
Nike's there.
Nike?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like those are the types of battles that like I didn't have a problem with. I believe that players should get compensated, but I think it's out of control at this point. I really do.
It is.
And it's ruined college football.
Yep.
The whole portal is.
The portal is
transfer
a joke.
portal, NIL, and now what they're doing with conferences.
High
have
school kids
all-
are getting paid.
I know. Have all ruined college football.
Right. So let's just say, for example, Penn State has his freshman wide receiver that has a great year. Chances are somebody's going to throw a bag at him that's bigger because they have more money.
Well,
they cap it,
and
or they
you
put
can't-
some type of stipulation, like you take
But
X
they-
amount of
but that's
dollars,
the
you have to
part-
stay with the
But
school,
that's the
or if
part,
you
like,
leave
people
the school,
like you and Flan are missing. It's like you can have all the great talent in the world, but if these kids are leaving for money, there's really not much you can do.
with the alumni base that Penn State has, they have an
They
incredibly,
do.
incredibly loyal
But some
fan
of these,
base.
some of these boosters in the SEC, dude, you can't compete with that. They've been paying these guys for years, so think about that.
Well, yeah.
But so
timeout. Football players have been getting paid
right.
almost.
So
since the
what
game
I'm
was
saying
invented.
is,
whether
you
it's
have,
actual
bigger
cash or
you have like boosters,
college football
bookies. You
players.
got, some of the things that are getting promised to these guys. Girl, like
Yeah.
it's
I mean, scandals have been going on for
and as much as you guys don't,
decades.
as much as you don't want to hear this, Franklin doesn't run a dirty program, and he doesn't take any kid, and that's the problem.
And I commend them for that.
But that's the
That's
problem
always
of why
been-
you're not getting this kid from Imatep that might go to Ohio State because Franklin sees the stuff that he does off the field and he doesn't want him.
but we're getting 5 stars. You're telling me we got top recruiting classes every other year.
I mean, Allar was a freshman last year. I think people need to pump the brakes. He had 20 touchdowns and 2 interceptions in his first year as a starter. It's pretty good.
But to Jim's point, we keep hearing how great these recruiting classes are to keep coming in, and yet they can't get over
Because
the
a lot of guys are leaving with the portal. That's what you're missing.
okay.
And that's all over
Then-
college
then-
But
football.
why are you
Then
not
why
winning
can't
the
Penn
years that they're
State
there?
Get the
Because
money.
if you're a
up?
freshman, dude, and you don't play a lot, you're leaving. Right? Like,
All right, so explain to me the usage of Singleton and Allen last year.
they both played. They're both 2 top running backs. Like, What, you
But
think they should only play one?
Nah, I'm just saying, like, it didn't make a difference.
It did make a difference. They didn't have wide receivers. That was a problem last year.
Now they got all these kids from what, Central Bucks or whatever.
No, I don't know where you guys are getting that from.
Who said
Bucks.
that, Flan?
Well, Flan talks out his ass.
I don't know. It's
Dude. I just think that in this day and this way of college football, it's all about.
It's going to collapse on itself eventually if they don't put some regulations in.
Right. And I think some
The-
things
the-
are out of programs
The
control.
weight of the money that's being thrown around.
And the
is what's gonna
promises, and
collapse
it's
it
empty
all.
promises. But these kids, dude,
Yeah.
if you come from no money, you're taking whatever you get.
Absolutely.
And
I hear you.
They
That's
should though.
no, but what I'm
But
saying
Nick
is,
Nick Saban.
but Nick Saban's even lost players.
Yeah, but Nick Saban is talking from his 100-acre mansion. Like, oh.
No, I agree with
You
you.
know what I mean? Like, oh, these players don't know what
But
football
like
is.
my thing is, I think if
but you
they
get
don't,
paid $12 million
but
a
to
year.
do
like-
nothing.
Like,
no, but my thing is, well, he's probably one of the best coaches of all time, so I can't say he doesn't do nothing.
I'm not saying that,
But I know what you're saying.
he wouldn't be paid.
Well, what
$4
I'm
million.
saying, what I'm trying to get Jim to understand is like, Franklin can bring in this kid, but if after freshman year he's like, somebody's going to pay him more money, he's leaving,
And
But
that
and you can't pay everybody, That's the problem.
it's
That's-
a $1 billion industry for years, and they don't play.
Like, look at Justin Fields, dude. Look at what Ohio State paid him before there was even, and he even admitted it. How are you supposed to compete with that?
and that's the thing that
Unless you want to play dirty, which
nobody's mentioning.
But
is
that's
the
not
effect-
dirty now.
The effect that all this is having on coaches,
that's what
the
I'm trying to
NIL,
say to you.
the portal, all this is having a
It's-
negative effect. It's a grind. It's exhausting
Top
now
of the
for
knowledge,
coaches
Nate.
because not only do they recruit kids, once they get them, they're recruiting them constantly to keep them.
Oh, they brought Rojas in.
And I think that's a big reason why Jay Wright got out. I think it's a big reason why Mike Krzyzewski got out. I think it's a big reason why Nick Saban got
and
out.
I think
They
and
don't
I
want to
think
deal with the grind.
And the thing is, dude, like you got programs like Michigan that openly cheated. How are you supposed to? They literally knew people's plays. You really
Well,
want
that-
Penn State to stoop to that level? They won a national title.
That's
off it, Jim.
outside of the NIL stuff. That's outside.
but
when did NIL come into 3 years ago?
No, it's. I mean, I think it goes with these. I think some of these programs have been dirty
There-
for years.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not
And I
disagreeing
don't
with you
think
there.
Paterno did it, and
I-
I sure as hell
I
don't think
don't-
Franklin did
I
it.
don't disagree with you there. How long has Franklin been the coach?
10 years.
So over 10 years, you're going to tell me he's lost all these. They're
Parsons,
not crystal, you know.
he's paid for it.
Whether he has or other boosters have somehow gotten money to
But-
players. But
Yeah.
you're going to tell me that
That's
the
right.
10 years, NIL's really only been, I'll give you 4, 5
Oh, no,
max.
no. Dude, tell him that guys have been getting.
No,
Okay.
well, I said not the dirty stuff.
Well, then,
'Cause there's,
but see, you're missing that. Franklin's not going to play the dirty stuff.
he may not, but there's people around him.
In Penn.
Ah,
It's the boosters.
Oh, it's Hoffman. It's not Ed Luzes or whatever. RC just hurt himself. I don't know, Jim. I'm just saying.
This
tough.
started out with what's a successful season or how did you put it?
I would say 10-2, 11-1 in a playoff berth are successful. Still, they make the playoffs.
What are the 2 games they lose? Is it Ohio State and Michigan
They
again?
don't have Michigan this year, so it's Ohio State
And West Virginia?
and no. You maybe at USC, but I think they could go 11-1. And honestly, if this is the year that they can beat Ohio State, it might be this year because their quarterback is not that good at Ohio State, and it's at Happy Valley. I think the line right now
Who's
is
the
like
quarterback?
2.5.
Is that more McCord?
Will Howard, who they paid out of the
I heard you.
NIL.
Hmm.
Kyle McCord's in Syracuse.
if is he really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's getting paid.
Yeah. If Penn State goes
I'm stuck
11-1
here.
and makes the playoffs, they have to win a game. They have to win.
If they host a home game, for sure.
No, they have to win a game.
You can't keep putting these ifs around.
Well, they have to be. At 11-1, I would assume they would get home field.
I don't
It
care if they're
depends
playing
on-
on Jupiter. They got to win.
Oh my god.
They got to win, dude. If they finish 11-1, that's going to be top 7,
It should be.
probably maybe even top 5.
It should be, but it also they're gonna. They probably won't finish because they're gonna have to probably beat Oregon in the Big Ten championship. So I don't know, dude. It's really going to depend how good LR is and how good this new offensive coordinator is. Because he's supposed to be kind of like the guy that Kellen Moore is. He's supposed to be like moving guys in space, and I don't know.
If it doesn't work out, he'll get fired.
I don't think
And Jimmy Franklin will hang on again for another year because he's got 17 more years left on this
He'll get another
ridiculous
extension.
contract.
What would you do if they actually won a title under Franklin?
I would say thank you.
But would you still rip him or would you give him a pass now? Because if you win a title, at Penn State, it ain't easy.
No, he wins a title. I would say, all right, James, you figured it out after 11 years.
Oh my God. Dude, it took Dabo
Thank you.
and Kirby Smart 10 years to do it. That's what you're missing. You think it's just you wake up and you win a national title. Ain't that easy?
No, I think
Nobody thinks this.
you beat your rivals. You're competitive. You don't shit the
What
bed
other
in
teams
bowl
have,
games.
I mean, dude, it's hard to beat Michigan, Ohio State. As Ohio State, Michigan, they beat. They can't, for some reason, they can't beat Ohio State. $20 million. You saw what Ohio State paid, right, this year for players? Tell me you saw that article on ESPN. $20 to $30 million.
What's stopping Penn State from doing it?
Dude,
That's not dirty though.
it's not. But
It's
20 to
all
30
within the
million,
rules
you
now.
don't think that's a little? Come on.
You don't think they're bringing in that much with those? What do they get? 6 games a year at home, or
I don't know.
5?
To be honest.
Yeah.
What, he struck out?
he tied it up?
Is it two outs?
2 outs.
And
Yeah,
he's
Penn
up the
State
bat.
USC might be tough.
Merrifield.
He's gonna hit a homer.
Is it
So
still
good.
5-4?
Yeah, dude, you gonna give Nicky his flowers?
Who's on the mound?
Hoffman.
Are you gonna give Nicky his flowers, or are you not gonna give?
Attaboy, Nick.
Dude, what's he gotta do? What's he gotta do?
What do you want me to say?
Hey, he just won the Houston game the other night and then he wins in Atlanta, and it's never enough. Would you agree, Jim? Or Deke?
Yeah,
I said attaboy.
yeah.
No, get out of here. And then tomorrow he does something stupid.
Part of it, Smitty, I think he just pushes your buttons.
Hmm.
He's rattling your cage.
I don't do that.
No.
No.
Well,
Not at all.
dude, DJ's just as bad. He calls him nasty, and then he loves him. He
Yeah.
also wants to
He
get rid of.
Flip flop.
He wants to get rid of Bohm last year. Now Bohm's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Since Castellanos.
Right. All right, Phillies.
All right, we're on the Phillies. I was hoping that it would end and we could just go right into it, but
What? That there's 6 teams up.
convince yourself that they're still the team they should be and they're still a favorite for the World Series.
Come on, Nate. Don't.
Well,
don't rush it.
I think that Castro Series, they looked a lot better against playoff teams in Kansas City and Houston. I think that Ranger Suarez has looked better, and I think Ranger Suarez is going to be key.
It's going to be key.
He's going to be key, and Hoffman and
Him and Sanchez are going to be
and
key.
I mean
Sanchez didn't
Turner,
start the game well
Turner's
tonight.
going to have to hit, and Harper and Schwarber and Castellanos can't just be one. That's the problem.
Full count.
No.
Open your ears because I'm going to say it. Castellanos has been the most consistent hitter on this team since the All-Star break.
I've been saying
The
that.
bigger. No, I'm saying it because you say I always rip him and I don't like him.
Well, it's
he
probably
has
even
been the
before
most
All-Star-
consistent.
Probably even before the All-Star break, to be honest. But keep going.
He turned it around.
Okay.
He's been the best since the
Game
All-Star
over.
break.
They just won.
The rest of the guys have
caught it.
stunk.
Can we watch
Didn't
the
fall between 3 people.
Can we watch the Nick interview? Yeah, Nate, can you make sure you turn that off? Because you know he's going to be like,
Are they going to give him the shower at the
yeah,
end?
McCarthy's going to be like, what about that pitch? What do you mean about that pitch? I saw it, I hit it. The next question.
DJ just said it's the best win of the year so far.
Can you
Yes.
remind him?
Remind him what?
Say who was the player
Who
of the game?
gave Castellanos that meatball?
It wasn't.
Rojas could have hit
It's
that.
yeah. If they take 3 out of 4, Jim, they win the division.
Okay.
Do you agree?
Yeah,
They may be 8 up.
Who's after the Braves?
The Mets, I think. I think.
Or the Mets do that.
Or Tampa
I think
Bay.
yeah, I
and
think there's somebody in
Toronto.
between that.
They have.
They had a
went on
run.
big
They had a run, but
Right
they
after
haven't.
London.
They haven't been playing well recently, though, right? Didn't they drop like 3 of their last 4 of the Mets? All right, so they took the first game in the series against the Braves. They win the series.
They got to win 3
This
out of
is
4.
this.
I'll
You're
be there
saying
tomorrow night.
this is the clincher for the East. Is that what you're saying right now, Smitty? They win the series.
Yeah,
They
they
win the
go up
East?
7 or 8 with 26 to go against 4
Dude,
games against
I
the
think, yeah, it's
Nationals.
just the last series.
Yeah, but they're
64
playing the
and
freaking
2007
dude. Look at
Mets.
some of the teams that are coming in. The Rays.
I'm
Who-
not counting anything.
Who are the big
before
series?
it's done.
This is the last series with the Braves, right? We have the Mets 2 more series.
No, it's Marsh because he hit the 3-run. Nick
don't
probably
know.
like, I don't want to get interviewed, Nate.
Yeah,
You know, he'd be like, dude, leave.
don't
me.
know.
Got it. Smitty.
But
This is the last series with the Braves, right?
yes,
2 more with the Mets. 1 home, 1 away.
I think there's and I think one's a 4-game. They
And
don't have. They
then
have one of
Brewers.
these.
Brewers coming in.
They have to go at the Brewers
At the
for
Brewers.
3. That's gonna be tough. But dude, Tampa Bay, Toronto.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. The series coming up that we need to win.
What's going to convince me is I need Wheeler, Nola, and Suarez to have some starts where they're pretty much lights out. And I need Stott to step
Nola
up.
just had a lights out.
No, I know he did, but I'm saying like consistently going into the playoffs.
So is Sanchez?
Are they going to win 100?
Is he going to be 4?
We got the Blue Jays, Marlins,
Yeah, Marlins.
Rays,
We always have problems with Nola.
Mets, Brewers, Milwaukee's
Mets,
Yeah, that's
Cubs
what I said, the
suck
Brewers.
at
Mets.
Washington.
good. Cubs.
At Washington.
So it's
Washington.
two Mets and 1 Brewers, right?
Yeah,
That's
2 Mets and
okay.
1 Brewers. We got it.
Those are those
We
are the
swept
series.
the Brewers, though.
Those are
here.
the series you got to
So all
worry
we gotta
about.
do is
But
win
that's
one.
at Milwaukee, you said,
Right,
right?
but we
Yeah.
just got to win one and we take the like the thing is with the Dodgers, we finish with the same record. We get
We
home
get it,
field
yeah.
because we took whatever it is.
Yeah, we got the tiebreaker against them.
A lot of people have been ripping on Marsh too. He's been heading out too. They have to have the best record in the league. Oh no, the Dodgers are 79 and 54. So the Dodgers and the Phillies
so
are
best.
79 and 55. So to convince you, I think it has to be. I need Harper to get going, right?
Yeah.
And I need Nick to continue to hit. And I'm a little worried if Boom's hurt. That's another problem.
The big bats need to wake up. And I think if it looks like the starting pitching is starting to steady itself a little bit. And even the bullpen is starting to steady itself a little bit.
I think Hoffman.
It
top
those things-
3, we still don't.
yeah.
4 and 5 are very
Yeah.
questionable.
I
Oh,
think
they're
Sanchez will
flyers.
be
Oh
okay.
my God, look, he connected me
Sanchez
in
looked
his basketball
like
or not,
Shit tonight, didn't he?
What did he give up? 4? How many innings did he pitch?
Did he
gave
make it
up-
a 5? I don't know if
He,
he made it
he
a
gave
5.
up 4 runs, I think, at 5. innings.
Yeah,
he
5
hasn't
innings.
been that great as of late.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's not a good start.
I mean, and the other thing is Wheeler, he's not getting a win, but he's had like how many quality starts? It's just the Phillies don't hit when he pitches.
Who gets the win today?
Kirkering.
He came in the 6th.
Whoever's on the mound when they had the lead.
You're right. Sanchez went 5 2/3, 8 strikeouts, but gave up.
Wow,
Oh, and
8?
2 earned runs. That's it.
Oh,
2
he
of
only
them
got- he only got 2 of
Turner
them?
made a freaking error.
All right. Well, maybe it's not that bad. It was just a home
Yeah,
run.
but 2 bombs.
The home
That's the
run.
problem.
Yeah. All right. So maybe it wasn't a horrible start.
And then Kirkering was lights out. Strom was lights out. And Hoffman was lights out. 2 strikeouts.
All right. So you're saying don't worry.
I'm
Everything's
not
fine.
saying don't worry.
Everything's
I
fine?
think if
Yeah,
I think if
I think-
Harper and Schwarber get going, Schwarber's going to be a catalyst. As the leadoff hitter, he needs to get on base. If he needs to draw walks or he needs to start hitting home runs, come playoff time, he needs to get on base.
I need Harper and somebody else to hit.
Yeah.
Turner,
Say Turner, Real Muto.
well, Real
I'd like
Muto's
to
been
see
hitting.
Stock start hitting.
Well, that's what I said.
Like,
Marsh,
somebody
Marsh
else
get-
needs to hit.
Marsh
Again,
in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Nick's been, if Nick can stay what he's doing, good, right?
Right.
He's been the most consistent hitter.
Right.
Him and Rojas,
Right.
surprisingly.
Well, Rojas hasn't played much to call him consistent. When he's in,
When he's in, he's hitting. Right? When he's in, he's hitting.
Yeah, he's over 300 since whenever.
If you can get JT, Trey,
Wow.
definitely Harper. You want
DJ
Harper.
said Dion's going to be out of Colorado.
Joe
next
White
year.
just
They
says that
think.
Taiwan is out of the starting rotation.
That's we knew that before he left. Yeah, he went to the bullpen. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, I thought you.
When did they announce it? Today
Yeah.
or yesterday?
No, this afternoon.
Yeah.
You were probably.
So then
busy
who's
working,
5?
buddy?
I was working.
It's good
I was
they're
working
bringing
my
up
ass
Tyler
off.
Phillips again, which I'm.
He's gonna be 5, not Allard or
I know. That's
I would,
right.
I would
Or,
bring up Allard.
I would too.
who else was?
Oh, so
Turnbull.
actually, dude, the
He's
magic,
still hurt.
the magic numbers down to 23.
Oh, stop it with the magic numbers,
That's-
dude. It's August.
Dude, we should have been. If we were on the tear we have, Jim, right?
Carry
should
on, it'd be like
right.
7.
Yeah.
The way they were going.
Yeah.
So you just said you don't think they can get to 100 still?
I don't.
We
I
got
think they could.
24 left.
What are they at? 70.
No, 79 and 55.
And how many games?
I don't know. Do the math.
About 30. What's that?
I didn't think it was that many.
It's got it.
134.
So they're 28.
162 minus 130. Yeah, 28.
So they'd have to go like 21-7.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Don't assume that.
Yeah, I think they're starting to steady themselves out, but we got to get more hits, more batting out of Harper. Harper's got to start hitting home runs. Schwarber's got to start hitting home runs again. Stott, he's been in this funk all year. I don't know what's up with this guy.
Well, I told you what it is.
What?
They Merrifield, which Jim kind of called in the beginning of the year. You give him the ball.
Merrifield hasn't been here for 2 months.
Yeah, but dude,
You think that just didn't get him into a groove?
Well, and then he doesn't play him against lefties, so he's sitting a lot. He hasn't. When's the last time he played him against a lefty?
Looks like Marsh might be picking it up a little bit.
Marsh has 14 home runs. Yeah, he's picking up.
If they can get the back,
You know who I think's really clear? I think Hoffman, dude. Hoffman's gonna have to be like the Madsen of 08.
Yeah.
Right? And Strom has got to be your JC Romero. Right? The lefty.
Get him 2 or 3 innings out of
Or
him?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
7
innings out of Strom or
I mean,
Hoffman?
2. No, not Hoffman. Hoffman, I only want for 1. I'll take 2 out of Strom.
I think 7, 8, 9 is what you're going to look at. You're hoping that your pitchers go 6 and you go Strom, Hoffman, the Estevez. But you could flip that and go Estevez and Eve, and you got to factor in Alvarado.
I was going to say, what?
It's a personal matter. I don't know. I hope
mean,
it's not good. It doesn't seem like it's good for him. Maybe it's, I don't know.
What happened to him?
He just left the team. They gave him like an excuse.
I don't know if he's having like mental. Yeah, he said he'll be back.
No, Alvarado.
Oh.
So I don't know if it's something going on.
It wasn't an injury. It just said it was personal.
Mental health. Yeah, nobody knows.
Never like hearing that.
Right. Because, you know, I mean, as much as I get annoyed with Alvarado, he's on.
He's
on.
The
one playoffs, dude, he was like, you know, he's throwing gas.
If he's on, it's actually the 3 of them. Him, Hoffman, Estevez. And any of them, I would put in the 9th.
And Strom.
In the 9th, I'm saying. I like Strom as more as the long term, the long
I agree with that.
stretch relief. Yeah, those guys, the other 3 for the 9th, I'd take any of them when they're on. That's the problem. Nobody has really been on for this team in a while.
No. Pitching or batting. Yeah, if they get 3 out of 4, I will definitely be on their back wagon train.
The Phillies?
If the Phillies
what
get
happened
3
to
out of 4,
sweep?
Who are we facing?
They're definitely back.
Who's
tomorrow? I'm going
the Braves.
Suarez and Rodrigo Lopez. They miss Chris Sale.
Yeah.
And then I think they have who goes after Suarez. Sanchez won tonight.
Yeah, is it going to be?
It's probably going to be Tyler Phillips.
And
then it's going to be Wheeler.
Yeah.
I don't
Who
know.
the Braves?
Lossinger, the guy that killed us the other night. Remember the guy that threw like 8 innings? He had like IRA, but his score was all out. I don't know. Tomorrow's going to be tough. Lopez versus Suarez. I'm looking forward to that matchup.
Well, yeah, that's going to be tough. And
if they win tomorrow,
the game with
the ask is now as much as I'd like a 4-game sweep, but if they win tomorrow and they split Saturday Sunday, they're fine.
Yeah,
if they take 3 out of 4 and they have a 5-2 homestand against the Astros and the Braves, that's okay, right?
Yeah. Do you like just let Phillips do what? Like if they win tomorrow?
What if Phillips is having trouble? Just let him continue to
keep
pitch?
going like they did with Taiwan. Like, look, we don't want to.
Didn't Phillips have a little success? Oh no, he had success as a reliever against the Braves.
Joe White's saying it's going to be Suarez, Wheeler, Aaron, and then Phillips on Tuesday versus the Blue Jays.
Oh,
maybe because you know what they gave.
Is it Suarez Lopez tomorrow, Joe? Because that's
he's saying Suarez. That would make sense because they gave Wheeler the extra day. Last week, right? So maybe
okay.
Yeah,
that would
make sense.
And then Noah goes Sunday night?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yep.
Well, I guess Saturday, were you watching that with the college football?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, definitely.
They were making a big stink about that.
Is it be an all-night affair? Seems like, right?
Stay whatever.
Right.
They made a big stink about Wheeler, giving him the extra day because he only likes to pitch on 4 days.
Well, they did that. They were trying to bump Taiwan Walker's startup, and I don't understand what that was about. Oh, so we could,
So
so
they can
they
get
didn't
a-
have to pitch against Atlanta
They can get him-
because then
Well, yeah,
Walker would
it
have went
makes sense.
tonight.
It makes sense that you look at it now, but do you think Wheeler was really annoyed with that? Because
Probably not. Because
They
now
can-
if he gets to go against Atlanta, probably not. He got to go against Houston. He goes Atlanta,
Yeah.
so probably not.
Yeah.
Right? Because then he go game 1 against Houston. Yeah, he went Monday night. He beat.
Did he go?
Yeah, he beat. He went against
what was the who did they play over the weekend? And they got bumped out of that series.
Kansas City. I don't think he cares about that.
That was the
Sunday he got
yeah,
bumped out of
yeah,
Kansas
yeah,
City,
that
but
was
then he
it,
went
yeah.
against the Astros and the Braves.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, who knows? But I mean, they haven't convinced me that they're back. Home field's going to help, but they're only going to go as far as these bats take them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Wheeler and Nola seem to show up in the playoffs, right? Nola even does. He doesn't really get rocked if you look at his history, but the bats. I think if this
That's-
team scores 6 or 7 runs, they're hard to beat. They're hard to beat.
If you score
5,
6 or 7,
5.
even 5, you should win.
You
should
should,
win
but they
playoff
don't
games.
always. Right
Nah.
tonight, the Braves scored 4, but yes.
No, I'm talking
Oh, you're
about
talking about the
playoff
playoff.
game.
Yeah, because you should be able to bring in your
Yeah.
your lights out pen.
Yeah.
All right.
What's your predictions for the weekend? They take 3 out of 4. They sweep.
I think they go 3 out of 4.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, if we're looking at Suarez.
If Suarez wins
If
tomorrow,
it's Suarez, Wheeler, Nola.
well, if Suarez wins tomorrow, that's going to be the
Yeah.
toughest one because Lopez has an ERA at like 2. Yeah, so you're right. Then you get
That could be a
Nola.
sweep.
And, yeah, you
It
could.
could be a sweep.
You could. What about you, Brody? Anything on the Phillies, Eagles?
Evan White still sucks.
Oh my,
Well, he wants to touch on. We'll close it out with this.
yeah.
Shady McCoy
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
going into the Eagles Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Is he an NFL
Yes.
Hall of Fame running back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he should be.
I didn't look at his stats to compare them to
What's-
guys that are
what's his
in
career
there.
numbers?
I'd have to.
11. I got. They're coming up here
Where-
on the
where
screen
did he
at some
at?
point.
Where's he at on the all-time list?
I need to compare him against the all time. I didn't do that, but I think he's got 11,000.
Russian?
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
shit.
What's the
11,000
total
yards? Or 11,000 rushing yards and basically 4,000 receiving. And
Nate, Shady,
73 rushing
Shady,
touchdowns,
Hall of Famer?
16
Yeah.
receiving
He's
touchdowns.
22nd all time.
22nd all time. All right.
Rushing yards.
Hmm.
Do you think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame?
That's
Bro-
receiving.
Dude, he made the what was it? Wasn't he on the
He was one of the all.
Centennial?
Uh,
Who's in front of him this time?
11,000.
Who?
Steven
Basically.
Jackson.
Close to 4,000, yeah.
Fred Taylor still hasn't got it.
wow. Brett Taylor. Steven Jackson doesn't surprise me because he got injured a few years.
Steven Jackson,
73
Fred Taylor,
touchdowns.
Corey
Dell.
Dell.
So,
Well, Corey Dell played a lot longer.
89 touchdowns.
James just got him.
Edge.
Dude, I can't believe Fred Taylor's still not in.
Yeah, Fred Taylor surprises me. Dylan had a couple big seasons and then some bad seasons.
That's
Didn't he
pretty-
also get in trouble?
Pretty close.
Remember he was suspended and then he ended up with the
Corey Dell.
Patriots.
Yeah,
he did
he-
something.
He's not going to be a first ballot. It's
No.
going to take
But Kelsey
a
is.
handful of tries.
Is Fletcher
Yeah.
Cox getting in? We talked about this. I think he does.
He probably will.
If it wasn't for Aaron Donald, he'd probably be the most
Yeah, but
dominant.
everybody's well,
1,173 touchdowns.
11
rushing
yards,
touchdowns.
dude, that's a lot.
It
That's
is.
only an Eagles.
And he has
That's-
15,000 total.
Over how many seasons?
Fletch would be the most dominant NFL lineman, if not for Aaron
But didn't
Donald.
they say that about Dawkins too? And then he ended up getting with Reed and Lynch still. Like I think Fletcher Cox gets
Yeah,
in.
but see, the thing about Dawkins,
it wasn't a D tackle.
he
a tough
he
position.
kind of redefined the position, and he also was the most dominant at his position.
He wasn't more dominant than Ed Reed or Troy Polamalu.
Early on, in
I
his
think he's
career,
got more
like,
interceptions than Reed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I don't. Didn't he wasn't a first out?
Who's
Wasn't
got more touchdowns?
dude? Do you think
Doesn't Dawkins have
Dawkins.
more?
Dawkins didn't get in before Ed Reed and Troy? Did they?
Reed?
No, that's what I said.
I thought so.
Who was a better safety? As much as I like Dawkins, Reed,
Reed was.
and so was Polamalu.
Yeah.
So I'm saying Fletcher Cox, even though Aaron Donald was better, Fletcher should get in,
Probably.
not first ballot. Jason's
It depends
first
on the
ballot.
season.
In my
Depends on the
opinion,
season.
Do you think Jason's first?
absolutely.
I think so.
Yeah,
especially with his podcast, that continues.
No, forget
I think
the
so
podcast. Look, what do you do
I
on the
am-
field?
I'm just saying.
It gives him more
Podcast
exposure to the
is
rest of the
good.
league.
That
does,
people
it
don't
does.
forget
Yeah.
about him. That's
It
all I'm
does,
saying.
but you got to go by. What
That's
he did
why
on
I'm
the
telling
field.
you right now, Peters, if he would have retired when he should have, he would have been first ballot.
You
Now he's going to be
You
waiting.
got to think about it though. It's not a sexy position, right? You talk about
No,
Hall
it's
of Fame.
not.
You
Right,
want
so-
you want quarterbacks, you want running
So
backs, you want
keep the
receivers.
relevance
you
by
want
doing the
D-backs,
podcast.
right? That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
So,
you agree with me?
I'm agreeing with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
people are like Jason Kelsey. What position did he play? He was a center.
But he's got that podcast.
But people know him now
Yeah,
because,
I know.
and he'll be on.
I
He'll
know
be
what
on
you're
his
saying.
TV
You're
now.
saying it shouldn't be based on the
No.
podcast. which
So,
I
it
agree
helps.
with you. It should be based on the field.
Because he had 6 All-Pro seasons.
And he won a Super Bowl.
And he won a Super Bowl, went to 2. He was the best center, 7, 8 years?
But if he comes up with
Probably
a
even-
season where there's guys retiring that are in the sexy positions, or there's guys from years prior that
he's gonna
didn't
have
get
to
on the
compete.
first ballot,
Yeah.
that's my thing.
Yeah,
But
he's gonna have to compete with that.
he should be
Yeah.
first ballot, no questions.
Yeah.
I think guys like Fletch might not be first.
Because when you get
Shady
when you get to
might not be
3
first.
first team All Pros,
Shady's not first ballot.
you're in the conversation of Hall of Fame.
Is AJ Brown
When you get
right
to
now?
4,
A Hall of Famer.
you're
You're
pretty
making
much
it. In the
there.
conference?
You get to 5, you're a lock. He's got
He just
6.
gets it.
I think the same for Peters.
How
Like,
old is he?
Yeah.
Peters should be.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown? They're not going to put Antonio Brown in.
He should be.
I would.
He should be a first ballot.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Dude, I don't think.
Has
they
he
put-
officially retired yet?
He was gonna be like.
No, but I'm saying, is
Top five
AJ
all
Brown on the trajectory of being Hall of Famer?
On the
He already is, I
trajectory?
think.
AJ Brown?
Already
Oh,
a Hall of
AJ. Oh, I
Famer?
thought you said AB.
I don't think they,
AJ's
I
on
don't
the
think they put
trajectory.
Antonio Brown in.
He should be.
I agree, but I don't think they put him in.
Mm,
Don't put who in.
Antonio Brown?
No, he's a nut job.
He did on the field, bro.
Well, and the same with Kelsey getting the exposure. He's getting the opposite exposure for the whacked out things he does.
You think? Wait,
I don't think the NFL is
There-
like
wait a
MLB.
minute, but
There are
Antonio
some
Brown
players
only had a
in all
couple good
sports
years in
Who are
Pittsburgh.
not in a
Once he
Hall
got
of Fame
traded out of
because
Pittsburgh,
they're
dude, look
not
at his
well-liked
numbers. Antonio Brown had like
by the
4 good
people who
years in
vote
Pittsburgh.
on it.
Remember? And then he had 1 good year in Tampa. He didn't play that long.
He still got numbers like top 10.
Antonio Brown's top 10 ever?
Bro, he's got he averaged like 1,500 yards and like 10 touchdowns for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, but I don't think that's not longevity, right?
If you have the numbers, I mean,
He's got
if
Hall
you
of Fame numbers.
if you're doing those numbers over 15 years, you're doing
Yeah, but
that
you
numbers
don't
over
wanna
7
believe that
years.
only
All right,
Deshaun's
now we're
gonna get in.
talking.
Deshaun's gonna get in.
Deshaun should get in. Nah, he should for
Oh, now you're changing that too?
D-Jax.
When I said DJ, look at his.
I don't know.
It's
Look
not
at his
about
total
runs.
yards. His
Dude.
total yards.
Dude, he's got the most touchdowns at 50 yards or more by far. It's like 59.
I think you should get in the Hall of Fame for that.
No, isn't he behind Jared?
No, he has more than Jerry for
I'm not just talking of the 50 yards. What's
not for those
total?
catches.
No, I think
He's first.
I think he's a couple behind.
I think he's got a couple behind him.
For
Most 50 plus
50
yards.
yards.
No,
okay.
he's not. He's first. But he is.
Jerry's got
I
overall.
saw a thing a couple of days ago.
Yeah,
that said he was second.
I was surprised because I thought it was in,
Yeah,
but it's Jared.
it's not like a huge. I think it's like a 5 touchdown difference. Or something.
What's his total yardage though?
I don't know. He's not going to get in.
No.
That's not good enough.
641 catches, 11,263 yards, 58 touchdowns. He led the league in yards per catch 4 times,
Wait, he's only got 58 total touchdowns.
58 receiving touchdowns. Yeah.
So he's got what? 70 total tops. It's more like 65.
Smitty, Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice has
36,
200 touchdowns.
And
Kick returner, wide receiver, and shares the record for 50 plus touchdowns in a season. 8.
but most
In
all
a
time
season,
is Jerry.
not a career.
Jerry's 36.
Yeah, that's
So-
that.
Oh, I'm
career.
sorry. Most 60-yard plus touchdowns is what he leads. He's got the most in NFL history, 60 yards. That's a pretty big deal, dude. Most 70 plus, and he's 6th all time in NFL history in yards per catch average. Minimum 500 catches. 6.
Dante Hall got in. Basically because of
Jackson's
his
13
kick
seasons
return.
where she averaged 15 yards plus per catch. Tied
where's
with
he at on
Canton.
total
He
yards?
was a decent wide receiver, but not Hall of Fame wide receiver.
Yeah.
He's a Hall of Fame returner.
You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
No, I'm saying I'm comparing him to Dante
dude,
Hall.
he's got the most 60-yard touchdowns all time. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, no, I'm not arguing that.
But that alone won't get you in.
It's not enough. Bro.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's in the top 5 all time of yards per
Not
catch.
denying
Average.
that, but
You think that gets you? In
Yeah,
the
that's
Hall of
a-
Fame?
Do you think he's a Hall of Famer?
I don't think he is.
He's not a first ballot, but I think he gets in.
Yeah, he gets in. You don't think he gets in, Nate?
You
No, he doesn't get in.
I
you
hope he
not
gets
only
in,
do you
but
have to have numbers, but
He's got a ring, right?
I've heard a lot of people in all the different sports say you have to dominate your position for about a decade. You have to be the best at your position for about a decade to really solidify a Hall of Fame career.
I don't think that stands anymore. Nobody plays a decade anymore.
Okay, 7
Dominate for a
years.
couple
Is he ever
years.
even like a top 5?
He was top receiver.
Oh, D-Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah. But not 10 years.
No, not 10 years.
Not even 7 or 8 years.
No. Mm-mm.
Jackson became the first NFL player in history to earn Pro Bowl and All-Pro honors, a kick returner, wide receiver. He's tied the NFL record with 8 touchdowns and 50-plus yards in a single season. He's 2 behind Jerry Rice for 50 yards. Most 60-plus touchdowns. He's top in the NFL. 52.8 yards per score during the season was the highest in NFL history among players with at least 10 touchdowns in a season.
Those are like select stats, though. That's still, I don't think.
Became the
that's
5th player in NFL history to have eclipsed 900 or more receiving yards in each of his first 4 seasons. Yeah, I think he gets in.
I'd like to see him get in. I'm just saying.
He
I don't
might
think
be
he
like
does.
Yeah, I'm not saying he gets
Fourth
in,
year?
Yeah, he's not getting in right
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, he's not first ballot.
No, I don't think anybody's
And,
saying
you
that.
know, did he ever wait? Did he play in the Super Bowl?
No.
I don't think
Was
he
he
did.
not on the Rams?
I'm thinking, was he on the Rams?
Maybe he was.
I think
Is
he's
that
got a
the one they
ring.
won?
I think he's got a ring. Did he get a ring with the Rams?
Was he? He might have been with them. What year did the Rams win? 21. Yeah, he was with them in 21.
I thought he got traded. I don't think.
No,
He
I
didn't
think
get
he
a
was-
ring there. No, he didn't win a
Oh
ring.
yeah, he went to Las Vegas.
He won. Did he? And then, but he did get a ring because he was on the team. He did.
He didn't finish with
He
them?
didn't fit.
No,
Yeah,
he
he
Yeah.
didn't-
Yeah.
yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't on the sidelines for that Super Bowl. I think playoff experience helps your case.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a whole lot of playoff experience.
All right, we went down to Deshaun Jackson.
So you would think
Hole.
real quick to give you an idea of Hall of Fame: Jerry, T.O., Randy, Isaac Bruce, Tony Gonzalez, Tim Brown, Marv, Andre Johnson, James.
Dude, the
Walton,
dude
Chris
just got
Carter,
in.
Andre Reed, Steve Legent,
Largent.
Steve Largent,
Art Monk, Charlie
Joyner.
Calvin Johnson.
Who did you say just got him recently? Dante Hall.
Dante Hall.
Dante. He's better than Dante Hall.
But Dante Hall went into special teams.
He went in as a returner, Smitty, not as a wide receiver.
Raymond Berry,
He can go in his
Yeah.
boat.
Charlie Taylor,
No, he was a
Carmichael.
returner.
No, he wasn't, dude. You're wrong.
Dante
That
Hall,
was his main position,
He
but he
played
was a
wide
receiver.
receiver.
yes,
Yeah,
but he didn't go in as a wide. Look at his numbers as a
why
wide
can't-
receiver.
So then you're just solidifying my point because Jackson was a great special teamer and a great wide receiver. So he's a dual threat.
Hall of Famer.
How many touchdowns did Dante have as a kick returner?
Like 8, 9,
How many did Sean
I
have?
have to look.
probably 5, 6.
And then how many? And I
How many
guarantee you have
more-
more explosive plays than
Yeah,
Dante Hall.
4.
4?
Yeah.
How many did Dante Hall have total?
Yeah, how many touchdowns did Dante Hall?
Total. He played receiver. He did. He
He did.
didn't get.
But
He went into special teams.
he probably didn't.
That's
have
what I'm saying.
5,000 yards as a receiver.
He had Dante Hall had 14,000 yards just on returns, and then he had 1,000 receiving yards.
For a career?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
It's
didn't.
about
Yeah,
1,700.
he
That's what
didn't.
I'm saying.
Yeah, so he went
Yeah,
in
so
as a
he's really
returner, not a
But
receiver.
Jackson would go in as a dual threat that carries more weight. He was an elite returner, and he was also a great wide receiver. Right? Now you're kind of solidifying my case because you agree he was a great special teamer and he was a great wide receiver.
He wasn't Dante Hall level returner.
He wasn't.
He wasn't, but he
that
wasn't
level.
expected to
He
be.
stopped receiving. He stopped punt returning.
But then that's all he was doing at the end
Right.
when he went to other teams because he wasn't.
Dude, I think having 5th most all-time yards per catch is a big deal.
That's not Hall of Fame worthy. though.
Yeah, that's not just like.
I'm not the individual stat. I want total yards.
And do you
Like
think he's
total
good
yards.
enough?
I think total yards gets him in the conversation.
Yeah, and then you have to look at all time. He's got the most 60+ yard explosive plays.
It helps.
Yeah.
I think we're all saying he's not a first ballot. I think
Deke's saying he's
I-
not in.
I didn't say he wasn't in.
I think he's in the conversation.
He's in the conversation,
Do
but
you
he's
think
not a
Deke's
first
in
ballot.
then?
He's not in. He's not in the conversation.
Yes, he is.
I think
Yeah,
he is.
dude, I've heard a lot about. You don't think he's in there?
I need to look at some of the guys that keep getting passed over.
Shady's in the conversation.
He's in the conversation.
I don't know if he gets in.
Is Cox when it's time?
Cox,
Yeah, he's definitely in
yeah.
the conversation.
Do you
Yeah.
think he gets in?
I don't even think it's a conversation. It's just a matter of when.
Do you
I,
think he definitely gets
first-
in?
yeah, I don't know if he goes in first ballot.
But Peter's
might.
gonna have to wait now.
Jason Peters.
He gets in, but yeah, because he hasn't officially retired yet.
Yeah,
Peters won't wait long.
D-Jack's
He
Yeah, I
he's
think
probably
he
had
officially
6
retired.
years now where he sucked. Would you agree?
I don't know if he's officially retired yet. That's the thing.
He's not.
He depending on the year, he could be a first ballot.
I remember people who thought Ertz was going to be a tight end, and then he fell off.
Got hurt.
Yeah.
Hmm,
Now Ertz ain't getting in,
Will be
dude.
Eagles Hall of Fame.
And Malcolm Jenkins
Probably.
doesn't have the numbers.
Oh, Jenkins isn't even in conversation.
No.
No. I'm just trying to think of Eagles that would be.
See, but you guys
Take it.
you forget about the whole veteran vote too. Like those
Mhm.
guys can still get in.
Yeah,
Might-
you know what's
Might not
crazy?
be what we were
And you'll
thinking,
agree
but
with this.
how long did it
How-
take for
wait a minute.
Carmichael to get in?
How
That's
the
how
hell-
Tommy
how the
McDonald
hell-
got in,
how
too.
the
That's
hell-
how Eric Allen's going to have
How
to
the
get
hell
in.
is Eric Allen not in the Hall?
That's I
That
think
blows my mind.
that's how he's going to have to get in. He's going to have to get in on the veteran vote.
Eric Allen,
That's crazy.
that's a
to me.
crime.
And didn't some people say Joyner as much as, but he don't have the numbers, or does he?
Seth Joyner was a great player for a stretch.
Great player. Does Seth Joyner have the numbers?
Probably not.
I don't know.
Eric
I-
Allen
I don't
definitely.
know
Yeah,
where
Eric
he's going
Allen
from.
definitely. Could.
Eric Allen definitely. is.
Yeah, Eric Allen has better numbers than guys that are already in there.
There's some dogs in those years for linebacker. Linebacker was different back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
He
the
was a good player.
Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you talking about like Hall of Fame back
Yeah.
then? Bro, there's some dogs back there.
Yeah, for sure.
And he played on a great defense for a long time, too.
Yeah, where he was like the 5th best player.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
the guys that got to him were already beat up,
yeah,
so
exactly.
he just had to touch them to
Yeah.
tackle them if they made it through.
But I'd take him on my team anytime.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, sure.
And obviously Randall's not. Donovan's not.
See what?
Donovan's not a Hall of Famer, right? Or is it close? He has the numbers, y'all.
If Donovan would have made it to a Super Bowl,
If he won a Super
Yeah.
Bowl, he gets in, right?
He didn't make.
Yeah.
He didn't win an MVP, did he?
no,
No.
he's got
So,
the
yeah.
numbers though. He's still Eagles all-time
And
numbers.
if Vic didn't kill dogs, he's definitely
I don't think so.
in. Dude,
I
He
don't think
has
so.
stats too.
But he didn't
but
win
he
an
needs-
MVP, did he?
yeah. Vic won an MVP with Atlanta, didn't he?
No.
I don't think so. And he never got past the NFC
He
Championship
didn't
game.
win an MVP in Atlanta.
No.
He only played in one NFC Championship
Did you
game,
think he did?
and he got smoked.
What?
He just broke the rushing record.
Yeah, he's had some good
He only
seasons.
got like top 3 in votes like twice, I think. I don't.
I mean, that's.
I don't
Yeah,
think
and
that-
he-
Was he all pro? Would he make the all pro team?
Probably.
Yeah.
he-
probably, yeah.
That's the best quarterback.
He never progressed his game. He
Vic? Vic progressed the
Dude,
game when he got here.
was. He was.
We're gonna go down way deep, but now this is where I look at guys like Dan Fouts. Never won anything.
no.
He's got huge numbers.
Dan
Yeah.
Marino, too.
So these guys have huge numbers. Like,
Yeah.
why not? Why are they not going to get in?
Like, Vic, to me, is the best dual threat quarterback of all time. Not
Yeah.
even close. He reinvented the dual threat position.
Well, Vic was the first. What he's saying though is Vic
Randall-
is the first one to do it.
Randall was the first one to be a dual
Yeah,
threat.
but
Not
they
Vic,
didn't
come
really
on,
let
Nate.
Randall go.
Not to the extent that
No,
Vic was Randall.
but early on they did.
No, Vic. Before Vic was more.
I love Michael Vick, but you can't.
No, I'm saying with Randall. He thinks Randall was not. Randall was good.
Randall redefined. If you're talking about dual threats, he was the first one to really do that.
He
All right,
was, but
Name
not on the
somebody else that did it
not on
before
the
him.
level that Vic came in,
Yeah.
dude.
But he was the first
He's
one
the
that
first.
did
He's
it.
missing the point.
No,
No,
you're
no,
missing
I-
your point. You're missing my
I
point.
know Randall.
He was the first one to
the
do
ultimate
it.
weapon. I get it.
Yeah,
But he did. Did he ever have 1,000 yards rushing this season?
900 something.
It's not a
I think
Come on.
He was pretty close.
Randall tipped the scale to start saying, "Wow, quarterbacks
Vic was-
don't
what
need
did
to
they
just
call
throw
Vic? The video, the virtue. What the hell was the video?
the joystick."
And then believe it or
Right? Or no? Or was that
not,
that was Dante?
Minnesota.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, look at his coaching here.
That kind of pissed me off, dude. They should have won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. If his quarterback coach doesn't die,
If he
then I think he's a better quarterback
if
here.
he wins, if they win a Super Bowl, does Reggie White stay?
They played.
No, yeah.
You really think if they won a Super Bowl, Reggie White stays?
Stays here? Yeah.
Yeah, if they win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then he's gonna get whatever money he needs.
But
and
Raymond
wants.
didn't want to pay him, right?
Brayman was an asshole.
Right. So what makes you think
The
he's
guy in France.
Do you think if Laurie was here, Reggie White's an Eagle for life?
If they won.
If they won, yeah. Because
Yeah, but
he didn't keep Dolph.
when he went to Green Bay wasn't that good. He took the money.
Yes, it was a money grab.
Right. So what
He's the first quarterback taken.
Shador Sanders?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's been playing good on this.
I think Hunter's gonna go in the top 10 too.
top 5.
All right.
Maybe.
I'm gonna shut it. I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna shut it down.
We can talk about this all
Yeah,
day.
we-
We're gonna talk about this Saturday. I'm
Well-
gonna be pulling up some Hall of Fame stats.
We'll have it ready for next week then. All right. Next week we'll do our official Eagles predictions,
By then, we
NFL
should have a good picture
predictions.
of where the Phillies are, too.
We'll give 2 minutes to the Phillies next week. Or it's going to be heavy football next week because it'll be the start.
Night before.
Actually, yeah, we got to give our prediction for
Now
the
there'll be a
Brazil
game. KC Baltimore's Thursday night.
Yep.
Right. but
And
I'm
then the
saying
Birds
we're
are
gonna
playing
have to
Friday.
give the Birds
So
prediction.
everybody come in prepared. Not like tonight. Deke came prepared. You guys are just
We know everything.
Brought the topic.
yeah.
We know everything. It's right here.
The last topic.
Man, that was a good one.
Yeah, and then you played on your phone the whole time.
That is
But we'll make sure we're ready to bring it. It'll be the start of another season. This will be season 7 for us.
For us,
I think sounds about
So
right.
what's this? Is this my-
17,
am I-
18, 19, 20, 21.
So wait, how long have I been with you
Doing the
guys?
math.
3, 24.
19?
3 years now.
No. more.
8.
Yep.
Have I? No, I feel like it's more than 3 years. Wasn't it?
We've been here in the
clue.
basement for
A year.
a year
No,
now.
A year plus.
Yeah, yeah. This is off the air conversations. All right. Until next week, be ready for our Eagles predictions, and until then, be excellent to each other.